Hi everyone, welcome to ZSR. Today we have another Ocarina of Time randomizer qualifier. This is qual number 4 for season 8. We have an awesome team here for you and an awesome set of runners. I'm gonna throw it over to our comms, Topfile and Pyra, and they'll take it away from here.
Thank you, baseball. Yeah.
Thank you, baseball. How are you doing tonight, Pyra?
I am doing well. I am very excited for this race. This lineup on Restream is top notch, so I think we're in for a good one.
Yeah. Flea Hyper, CD, and Jimbo, all fantastic runners.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So our start today is actually a Shadow Medallion and a Prelude song, which, in my experience with S8, has been a nightmare for warp songs.
Yeah, Prelude's it's nice for a child, but of course, like S8, we have a vanilla adult Swan, so whatever, it's nothing as an adult.
Yeah,
but you know, we get Night Market potentially if we want to leave, but nobody ever likes doing Night Market as a child, so
yeah. It's a bit of a boring song to start with, but it does really help with your child routing. The fun thing that I like about Prelude Start is you get to kind of end a child route in psychotic places.
yeah.
So you can be a little bit more like free to route like your child one without being like, oh, how am I going to end up back as adult? So
yeah. Obviously, I think the first thing our runners are probably all going to do is immediately go take a look at the 4 hint stones outside of Temple Time, which in S8 are going to be where our foolish locations are today.
Yep.
And then we'll see. They'll probably head for CAC afterwards.
Yeah. And here we go. Jimbo being nice and giving us the look at the medallions right away.
Yeah. Water,
so here's
Yeah.
Yeah, water is the spirit medallion, which can be kind of nasty with the hint logic.
Yeah. Water, Lost Woods, and DMT for our foolishes, it looks like. And Colossus as Minuet.
Yeah. So, water being wet. The Lost Woods hint is actually really nice. Lost Woods is low-key kind of a nightmare to route, because there's a couple child checks that can be a kind of a jerk. So
yeah. That means our Skull Mask is dead, and like we don't have to really worry about going there with explosives. And well, we do lose a couple hint stones, though, which is kind of the annoying part. Hyper and Flea went to Sardigan's Castle, which means they're going to run upriver. This is pretty nice. You can get 3 items out of here, only one of which is in logic, but you can also get 3 hint stones. And so this kind of will let you kind of like set up your route for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, I've been personally picking up the river first route. I think the early information is just super, super nice.
Yeah.
Information in this game is one of those things that, like, the earlier you have it, the better. Just because, one, I always forget what I get in places, especially CAC super early. And
Chickens,
2, it just allows you to start thinking about logic and where you're going a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Chickens is a purple rupee, so probably won't be seeing that. Yep. It is set to only 3 this season, because that was like the one unanimous thing out of S7 that everybody agreed to. It's lower the number of chickens.
Part of me...
I like the chickens
routing. Chickens as a bad check. Like, it gives you a little bit more...
Okay, well, we have solved our problem for the seed. What the heck is up on top of... Oh, K-Sword.
Yeah, no, that is a very, very nice item to get early. Before your child one.
Yeah, of course, like, the Frox 2 is dead. Song of Time. But yeah, K-Sword early is really nice just because... Well, let's see. Do we know...
We got a peek at it.
It looks like Deku's a med, so...
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh. Oh, baby.
Okay, we don't have a high skull. We don't have a high skull
Yeah,
seed.
that's... Oh.
Uh-oh, and here
Okay,
it goes.
well, here we are. Yep.
There we go. There we go. It's
Okay,
80,
so
baby.
here's what's probably a very interesting logic quirk now is with water being your spirit medallion, there's a hint priority that anything hinted to like the medallions
Yeah.
basically can't be on the path to water. And with water being a lot of items deep given AD, we might see a lot of water hints and not a lot of useful information this seed.
Well, let's see. We got DC Forest and I guess Fire as our stones. So realistically, it's just bombs, hookshot, forest access. I mean, we already lost both the hookshots to Water Temple anyway.
Yeah. There's just gonna be some interesting logic with the hints probably, just given the prioritization and the fact that water is more than likely behind AD with ZL.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're apparently pretty far behind, so just refresh your screen real quick.
Alright. So for those who don't know what the path prioritization is that for S8, because we have split the bridge in Ganon's boss key conditions, the game now kind of places things into like 3 groups of priorities. Things to beat the game, well, things to get the bridge, things to get the boss key, and then things to beat the game. And it'll try to draw hints out from the bridge first, then the boss key, and then beat the game last. We're not seeing beat the game, considering it's 80. The only thing that could like be on beat the game potentially is like magic.
Yeah, at this point with AD too,
yeah,
that is probably unlikely. So actually, it's impossible because we have a shadow required. So.
Yeah, and light arrows are going to be on the first. There will be a hint for light arrows somewhere, as like it'll be hinted as path to Evil's Bane or something.
Yeah. So this is also kind of interesting because not only did we pull the K-Sword from the top of River, but those runners who went River also have that hint earlier. We'll have to see where the other copy is, and how late the other runners end up getting that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we learned our Colossus song. ZL is one of those songs where, like, if you don't see it early, you know it's going to be pretty late. And let's see, is Shadow is one of our burning cactus. Yeah. Oh, great! Look at our wonderful child spawn.
Is that a valley?
That is valley on the. You know, the K-Sword logically means we could kill the guard to get the key.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's actually incredible. You're not wrong.
But we need a bomb bag or scale to get that.
Yeah, that's logic. That's actually logical to use the K-Sword to kill the Gerudo guard to spawn the bridge. Like, GTG access is basically just behind a bomb bag or a scale right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, and we also know that Minuet is on the far side of Colossus, so if it's a bonus song, it's Minuet check.
I love that logic. That's like my favorite child spawn, is being on that side of Valley in some way, because you just like kill the guard and you get the bridge spawn super early.
Yeah. Cindy's also going downriver as well, so he's going to find this information. So really, Hyper's the only one who's going to lack the OOT hint.
Yeah. And like you said, like, ZL is very limited in where it can be. Like, it can't be an ice, it can't be behind shadow sort of thing.
Right.
So it's one of those things that you can just logic out if the hint is nasty, but the bigger thing really is, like, the potential dipping of early stone dungeons, right? Like, we have DC as a stone, which is only locked by bomb bag, so if you pull an early bomb bag, you might want to avoid DC because it's a stone.
Yeah.
But obviously in the seed where you have to do all dungeons, you're gonna have to go into DC anyway. So
Yeah. Looks like Iron Boots chest contains a piece of heart. No idea about the song.
and we are getting back of lake hints from Hyper, so this is potentially information that other people might leave.
DC to Rova.
Dodongo to Rova.
Okay. K-Sword for Cine. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate back of lake hints if the game's gonna start you off in Fortress side of Valley.
Yeah.
Like you're just flinging yourself down, and then you can swim over, take the L, and do Lon Lon. This is just time kill for Lon Lon.
Yeah, it's time of day killing too. Like if he were to just hop into the, I think that was a bottom of fountain hint. So both of those, unfortunately, the back of lake hints weren't super useful, but.
I mean, Stone DC's path. I mean, obviously we know that OT is, required, but still knowing that you have to go into DC even though it's a stone, that'll be good for Hyper.
Yeah, that's helpful. So.
Because he's the one who doesn't have the hint.
You will see. Oh, these runners are boring. City's warping out. Fleet, no!
No! Kill the guard!
Kill the guard!
Kill the guard! Okay,
no.
City's running out. The city's running out.
Yeah.
It's nighttime, so we can only check Richard.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
alright, this is... Well, we're less than 10 minutes in, and I have my first interview question. So, why are you not killing the guard?
It's such a rare... Like, if S haven't taught you anything, people, this is what happens when you have random child spawns and different bridge conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those instances... Ooh.
Oh, that's really important.
Richard having root is nice.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things too, like in defense of the runners, like when you have a random child spawn, you have to like adapt really quickly, and I've definitely been in the position where you like see where your spawn is and you panic. Like that's my first reaction is like, oh, where the hell am I? Like you end up somewhere you don't expect. It's an out of practice thing.
Letter on Richard though is going to be interesting.
Yeah, let's see. Jabu is a medallion.
So it is possible we're going to get a path. But, like, unfortunately, the way that, we're not guaranteed to get paths to everything. And so maybe market... We'll see.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, too. It's like, it's how late is ZL in the seed? Because ZL is not... It's a really nice item for, like, efficiency, because of, like, how, fairy fountains are, like, scattered throughout the game. Like, Bottom of the Well has 4 checks that are locked by ZL, and it's just one of those things that the later and later that you have, ZL, it's just you might have to, like, double dip a lot of these regions.
Yeah, at least we got a hint that, like, both the castle fairies are dead, so... It's really just Crater... And Trails Fairy's dead, so it's just Crater and... Colossus and, of course, the worst one is Fountain Fairy, by far, so...
Yeah, and just as a note, the second copy of DC to Rova was Hyrule Castle 2. So we have Hyrule Castle 2 and Back of Lake for those hints, which, again, it's DC, it's an AD seed. But that's information that runners might just not see, ever, because those two hint locations suck. So.
Yeah, and... Like, if you have the hint, you're just hoping it's going to be something a little more than Mirror Shield. So you have a bit of a thing to go find the Mirror Shield off of. But if it's not, then it's not.
Yeah, it's a pretty likely Mirror Shield hint, just because...
Because everything for Water Temple is going to get gobbled up. It can't be Longshot, it can't be bombs. It's likely not a strength unless something really weird's gone on.
Yeah.
So
Storms on the opponent check. Another pretty nice song to have early. Bottom of the Well is a very dense location early. Again, without bombs or ZL, it's a little bit worse, but...
Yeah. Hey, FW.
Yeah. Also, in an ADC, Furores is super, super nice to get early. So hopefully we get a magic early and we can put that to use. So.
Yeah. Especially because, like, obviously Cindy will see that has it. Jabu, so if he can get himself over to turning in the letter, and has magic, we'll just leave FW up in Jabu for later on.
Yeah, I think the worst thing in the world is to find Furore super early and then, like, last go mode item is magic, and you're just sitting there wishing you could drop Furores in, like, 4 different places. But...
yeah. All our runners are at least activating Scarecrow today, which is...
yeah. Just a good safe strat. You never know what Fire has in store for you. So.
There was a hint for something at the top of Fire, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
There was a Flare Dancer hint, and I missed specifically what the item was, but I think it was the Flare Dancer. It must have been Hammer Chest.
Wallet.
Hammer Chest is a wallet.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Thank you to our trackers.
Thank you. That's a wallet or a tunic locked wallet, so that's interesting, but it probably won't matter. Yeah.
Yep, so.
Hammer could be in Forest Trial. It's unlikely, depending. It's going to depend on water key layout.
Yeah.
All right.
Flea running through Kokiri Forest, going to give us a Midos check. And then probably just be able to beat Deku right here.
Yeah.
Given the early K-Sword, just a nice, efficient route to just clear this area.
Alright. We didn't see Robot Grotto, did we? Or Open Grotto. Ooh, it's a big chest. Alright, well, claim check's dead, but we kind of knew that. Oh, there's your magic!
Okay, early magic, early Furores. Here we go.
Yay! Yay!
Unfortunately, Hyper did not go river, so he's not going to have the K-Sword as he backwalks through Kokiri. And unfortunately, like, this is one of those situations where Lost Woods is dead, and running to the Minuet, or the Sari's check as a child, is just a big time sink where you're not actually, like, checking items on your way.
Yeah, and especially, like, with Minuet also being out on Colossus, that's...
yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty painful double hike at some point for Hyper, probably.
Yeah.
But...
well, maybe there'll be nothing in there, and you'll be able to grab K-Sword before Minuet before it, so you at least is, you know, just running out of the running back through the maze, and then, you know, out of the Lost Ones immediately. But
yeah.
Alright, back at Deku Hints. What do we got?
Slant Torch.
Yeah. I love how we have only 2 path hints. No, we've only gotten 1 path hint so far.
Yeah.
Hit almost all of our always hints. I don't think we've seen our dual hints. Oh, no, our dual hint was the Castle Fair. It was fairies. Praetor de Bongo Bongo. Okay, so I guess we... yeah, we know where Nocturne is then.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that could always be an item, or it could be something incredibly stupid. But...
it's not magic.
True.
And it can't lead to... probably won't lead to ZL, so... Alright, well,
yeah, the water temple being like nebulously locked is going to be an interesting thing with the hints too. There's assumptions that you can or can't make based on if water is locked. So
I think your one hope is that basically there's literally nothing in Ganon's castle today. And we're not suddenly like hunting Strike 3 for just some final dungeon. But we don't know that yet.
yeah.
Um,
Oh. We had Choose in Mito's house, which I don't think I saw earlier.
no,
Locking on early on in seeds. Very hard to follow Forerunners.
Yeah, Sun Song and, was that Suns or Saria's on Burning Cack? Saria's Song on Burning Kakariko.
Yeah.
Interesting.
GTG.
the Burning.
Oh, if only you killed the guard. You can get to GTG real quick, guys. Come on.
I mean, look, they don't have a slingshot. They can only get one chest, and it's doing Stalfos with the K-Sword.
You can't actually get into GTG as a child, but you can get over
okay,
there.
that's... yeah. We'll see if we'll see if anybody recalls that, because it's going to involve... GTG marinade, so that's a feeler for the boomerang, because letters on Richard.
Yeah. Deku has had absolutely nothing in it so far.
No.
Which...
I mean, it's out of logic right now, so...
Yeah.
It could be like, how out of logic it is... For all we know, like, our GTG path item is just...
I mean, there's a lot of things that put that case sort in logic. It's probably not, like, that deep.
No.
Because it's a bomb bag, hovers, or scale, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Requiem is on Saria's check, which is actually pretty nice. Get Minuet pretty easily. Flea had a very clean B1 skip into that recoil. His execution is very, very good.
Yeah. Okay. Hyper. I think is going to get Richard, so they will be getting one part of the really easy to miss things. I guarantee you, there's going to be a bunch of runners who are skipping Richard this trick and cycle somehow.
Yeah, it is weird with Prelude. Like, I try to prioritize making sure I get both the day and night market in my child one, just because those are pretty easy checks to strand sometimes. But
yeah. I mean, I think at least like if you have the knowledge of this is 80, you probably just want to do it anyway, just because you're probably doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just any checks that are time of day locked always just feel a little bit more stressful. Like Dampe digging, Richard.
Yeah.
Anything night locked just feels a little bit worse to try and get to. You just have to think about like your routing and your time of day management a little bit more.
Yeah. So where is Epona's song? Alright. Hyper's gonna go... I guess take a look at the Colossus region. Get the hint, get the song, see what's on the arch.
Yeah, if you have the choose from Mitos, you could even, out of logic, do Child Spirit here.
Yeah, I definitely do a little bit of that.
I think it would, for me, it would depend on how many choose it was.
True.
And then obviously also, like, if you can save Scum it if it's nothing, but... Okay.
Oh, that's a really good end, actually.
Yeah,
Considering
I
how
love
bad
that.
ZL is.
Yeah. Yeah, the other two ZL lock checks in bottom of the well you can peek. So that actually is like a full quote unquote clear of bottom of the well, because
Yeah.
you can at least peek and now you know that everything ZL locked could potentially be dead.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping our first bombs from being in the well either.
Yeah. Hyper immediately putting the minuet to use to check the adult song.
Yeah.
And there is Suns.
Sun song. Didn't go take a look at the top of the well songs. I guess is gonna go for bottom of the well now that he has Sun song.
Yeah.
And do Dompe digging because you can skip chickens.
That was a very interesting idea, just to minuet, get the song, and then go back child.
I think he was hoping it was Nocturne.
Yeah, maybe. One of the things about S8 is, like, with the animation playing between age changes, like, age changing quickly like that is significantly less punishing too.
Yeah.
Like back in the old seasons before they cut that cutscene down, it was like a 27-second cutscene. So doing like a 2-age change like that was basically a minute worth of time. But now
Yeah.
it's super quick and it's significantly less punishing to just throw stuff like that into your routes.
Yeah. It's definitely something I've noticed, like, especially when I've been trying to, like, you used to be able to, like, kind of, like, time out. Like, how long it's going to take a runner to do XYZ, when you have to factor in age change. Domain has our light arrows.
Yeah, given the seed, that's almost definitely light arrows.
Yeah.
In other seeds, like, I could see that being like a random item to get you to your light arrows, but that's, given it's AD, that's probably just purely lights.
Yeah. I mean, GTG is going to be a scale, I think.
That would be nasty. You're probably potentially not wrong.
I mean, I'm just trying to like parse this out because, like, to get into domain, we need ZL or a scale.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's
that's also an interesting thing that we didn't think about. It's ZL is needed for domain, which also means that. But no, wait, no, but if GTG if Baronade, but if it is a scale in GTG, then it wouldn't be for Baronade because that would light arrows and because the light arrows would supersede it.
Yeah, it all depends on what's first, really, right? Like, if you can beat water without ZL, then, like, the ZL like, decision tree for Jabu becomes a lot different. If, like, if it expects you to go to Jabu first, then the scale's probably there. Flee, you save quick, kill the guard! I'm sorry, I'm gonna be about this, so this is my
scene. No, this is completely understandable. This is like this is a unicorn seed of where they should be doing this and they're not. Welcome in, Raiders, from the Zelda Speedruns 2. I know you guys were having a Zelda 2 randomizer race between Homeworker and Mirai. I'm assuming that Mirai probably won. But I haven't, I'm going to try to catch them out on that. But Mido had to choose.
Yes.
Mido also had Jump in that C2R seed, but that's a different game and a different Mido.
Alright. We got Cine clearing Goma. Hypers and Lon Lon. Or, no, sorry. The
Jimbo's and
Page
Lon.
confuses me. Jimbo's and Lon Lon. Hyper's going into the well.
Yeah.
Hyper's name is right above Jimbo's feed, so it's throwing me off every time I look at it for some reason. I'm just pretty bad, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, this well play is going to be interesting to see what we get out of here. This is probably like one of the densest early game locations that's available to us. So I'm feeling with like how kind of dry this opener's been. Like there's got to be something.
Well,
here.
I mean, what else do we have in logic now? Because Trail's dead, which means the Storms check and top of DC are dead. We can't get into DC. Everything in Goron City is currently out of logic. No way of getting anything in Crater. Our one check that we could do in field was magic.
Yeah.
So we're actually like straight up. Yeah, no. Well, no. GTG isn't logic. Well, no, GTG is still technically.
Yeah.
Once we get the K-Sword and logic, GTG's in logic. Because I don't think I think K-Sword. Yeah. I don't know.
I think the K-Sword is required for that. I know like you can kill them with sticks, but I don't think it's logically expected for you to be able to kill them with sticks because of like availability requirements and stuff.
Yeah, it's like logically the expectation for Dead Hand is actually that you're supposed to use K-Sword to kill Dead Hand, but there's a trick enabled to let you kill them with sticks.
Yeah.
So. The logic, even though it's like, who would even want to kill this guy with sticks?
Yeah. So.
Like, but it's a flag, and people have figured it out. So.
Yeah, Flea here is going to be our last runner to pick up the magic from Open Grotto.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, there is a big chest bomb locked in bottom of the well here, too.
Interesting.
And luckily none of the ZL stuff is dead, so this is actually, like, basically a full clear for Hyper.
Okay. Yeah, there's a wrong bag.
That makes sense. We were running very, very low on things to do. I can't wait until this is a second bomb bag right here.
Yeah.
Because
bombs and low.
Game has jokes, so
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's a
it's a bomb.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
That basically confirms lights in domain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and with that bomb bag, the K-Sword is now in logic, so we're back to fully in logic. Everything. Yeah. Not that we got anything from Deku, but just as a note, the bombs are enough to put that in logic, but the chicken is child. So.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh.
Well.
A dead prescription.
Hard to check bounty bowling.
Yeah. Prescription's dead because DMT is foolish, so.
Yeah. GTG's and.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna laugh.
Hyper started to go back adult and then realized he has bounty bowling in logic, so. It's just a good catch to not strain these two checks, because I have done this before, and then it always feels really bad to just go back to bounty bowling.
Yeah. The good thing is, like, if everybody kind of makes the same play, they're actually all probably gonna end up doing retreat at the end, so good for all the runners.
Yeah.
Because you can't play the ocarina and... Go get the dog.
Hyper's already done Richard.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So with the bomb bag, you buy Choose. This is interesting. And he's probably going to use these Choose to maybe do Child Spirit if he's picking them up, is my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is actually a really clever adaptation of the bomb bag.
Yeah.
Especially since you're already here, this is actually a really, really cool play. to kind of break into Child Spirit early. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if Hyper might take a run upriver to go turn the letter in, but I think he found that other bottle, so he doesn't really have a reason to. Not without pulling Boomerang.
We had a bottle.
Yeah, there's a bottle in
Deku, so he doesn't have an open one, unfortunately. But...
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe he does that as well. Like you have FW, Forest. Might as well take care of it.
That's swag. He let the statue blow up the two cheers.
Yeah.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, man.
Alright, one small key in Child Spirit. Likely and logically required.
I think in this seed you probably climb. It's just you're looking for so many items. The earlier you can get literally anything, like the better off it is. So I would probably climb Child Spirit with the key.
Yeah.
2 keys.
Please got his letter.
Yep. Cinny looks like they are going to be going into the well. Playing Suns to get to Dampe time. Probably grab the skulls while he's here, also.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
10 skulls, nothing. Well, heart container. So we had 2 small keys, which actually means that we're probably going to hard required to do Child Spirit today.
Almost definitely. Logically, it's already required to do Child Spirit, but even just 2 small keys on Child side usually means there's not one over on Adult, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the runners are heading into the well, but...
Yeah. Yeah, the seed early has kind of shoehorned you into just clearing everything. It has been a very dry seed, and pretty much everything looks like it's locked behind that, the bottom of the well bomb bag, so...
Yeah.
Which becomes scary, because if this bomb bag is like Way of the Hero, if it's the only available bomb bag, it's automatically Path to Morpho.
True.
Like, hintable, because that's the only hint that it can give you, for that bomb bag, so...
Yeah. It's our 3rd key over here.
Yeah, this is honestly probably not what you want to see from a really early Child Spirit. You want to see useful items, not just a ton of keys.
Yeah. But at the very least, like, you'll grab the last 2. You're gonna also take advantage of doing the 2 Firelock checks while you're here.
Yeah.
As Child 1, it's easy.
And as I speak, a big chest arrives to make me wrong.
Yeah.
Classic.
Alright, what do we got?
Okay.
Blue fire arrows. Hey, you know what? Take this.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with Ice being behind ZL, like...
True.
It's probably pretty useless. You'll probably see a few people, just out of shits and giggles, leverage them in DC.
To be honest... But what if Light Arrows are on King Zora?
That's true, but that's ZL locked and so late into the seed, and here we have another big chest in the Soundwalker. So. Yeah, I mean, if Blue Fire arrows give you light arrows on KZ, that's pretty nice.
Oh, hey, Astronomy's favorite item has appeared. Hey, Iron Boots.
Yeah, so, not the most useful Child Spirit, but getting irons is nice. The Blue Fire arrows can be a little bit useful at times, and it's just like, it's another area that you're clearing with how
Yeah. I think Hyper's gonna... Oh, poor Hyper. So Hyper didn't go through the maze, run down through the maze before. So I think he's gonna run through the maze and then use the...
Yeah.
Let's say this will either be River or probably the Dongos.
My guess is probably River. I think if you don't do River early, I think it's one of those things in the back of your mind, especially with like the seed being pretty dry.
Yeah.
And you can just run down River to CAC. But I guess he does have the decision of does he want to go through Goron City or does he want to go through River.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seed is super weird because it's just kind of funneling all of our runners into the same stuff. Like everyone on restream has basically cleared everything they have available to them.
Yeah, with the exception of Hyper, who doesn't know that.
Sorry, but
yeah.
And this becomes a seed very quickly where like the very, very small decisions of like, do I go to X place before Y place or Y place before X place, like that ends up mattering a lot more in a seed like this, just because the early efficiencies and stuff end up being magnified so much when everyone's doing the exact same checks.
Yeah. And I guess Hyper's gonna go make the play for...
I knew there was a reason I always loved Jimbo. He's cooking. He's
yes, Jimbo, good. Let's go, Jimbo. Jimbo, you're the winner on race stream.
Yeah. So this is also a thing, and it's one of those quirks that almost never comes up in Standard. But I know like a bunch of people who play RSL, or play with like different settings might be aware of this more openly than people who are kind of like perpetually Standard mains.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. I'm glad we got at least one on Restream.
Yeah. I mean, because for all we know, logically, like, to get a photo song and to get long shot is all locked in.
Yeah.
Fortress, but it is in GTG, but we won't actually know that until much later.
We low-key have like a lot more of GTG open to us now after that bottom of the well, because the bombs allow us to blow up the BMOs, and we get to the right side, where we have Song of Time to check like the right side maze.
And we have a bow, so we can get yeah. So we have like we have about 7 checks open to us.
Yeah.
Plus, however the keys fall, and then
still have all of these runners on Restream will be able to hookless to get deeper into GTG if they need to too. So
yeah, everybody's favorite. My first hook shot was my logical long shot.
Yeah.
In the back of GTG.
Yeah, and everyone on Restream does have Rudos now.
Yeah.
Which is good, so. Hyper giving us our first look in DMC.
Yeah. Skull Mask, dead, doesn't matter, we already knew it.
Yeah, with the Lost Woods. Oh, I actually, like, totally forgot about that, too. 2 of our always hints were, like, useless because of the, just barren locations to begin with.
Build to Morpha for magic, potentially, or...
Potentially magic, yeah. Which, given our stone dungeons, is weird. Because magic isn't required for a stone dungeon, as far as we're aware.
No. And... like, we have forest access, so it really probably is just a hook shot.
Yeah. This is where, like, the hint logic starts to get weird, where you're like, well, like, magic has something to water, but that could be anything.
Well,
Cool.
yeah. I mean, and we also have a bow, so we kind of like start crossing out the really esoteric magic and water temple requirements, aka Din's fire to light the torches.
Yeah.
Because it locks all bows. You ever try to teach somebody Zooter and that's the first seed that they roll?
No. The first Ocarina of Time randomizer seed that I played was the L-list, though. Like, logically, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah. I think Hyper's already had like... he's at 8 skulls, okay. Yeah, but Hyper heading for like the, you know, in retrospect of Hyper heading for this, he's doing this because he wants hints. And
yeah. Well, this is like a pretty dense area. He's gonna make his way into DC.
Yeah.
Just beat that dungeon. Oh. Pull a hook out from the Goron maze, sure. And there's another big chest. Okay.
And he'll play Sun Song to get himself back to the start of Goron City, so he can drop down into DC.
It's so crazy how if that big chest was just on the other side, we wouldn't have been able to get the chest on the left side. That left chest being big and just being able to hop over to the left side of the maze is always super nice.
Oh, again, okay, actually. Hyper wanting to go make a play into...
Yeah. Cindy's right behind Hyper, but it also has done Deku, which is super interesting.
Yeah.
Cindy's low-key been, like, speeding through this seed, making all of it.
Well, Cindy hasn't done Child Spirit, so...
Yeah, that is true, but,
Yeah. Alright. Well, there goes our Nocturne, as expected.
Yeah.
Um...
A little bit of a wasted path, but it also... What was that
Well,
path to? That was
Nocturne to Bongo, but that also basically means that nothing in Shadow Temple itself is gonna lock water. But considering at this point that...
But yeah, the magic path is super interesting then too, because you know it might be magic locked, but it's Nocturne locked, which means it's not in Shadow.
Yeah, but we also... Yeah, but we also can... I mean, we still have 4 other checks in field.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think it's not the magic that's hinted out there.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh! You know what? Irons were on Spirit Map Chest. Yeah. Thank you, Jax. Jax, we might have already solved the magic path.
Don't know that holds, but we'll see.
It may not hold, but it's already a possibility.
Because none of our spirit keys were magic locked.
No, but that chest specifically has a really weird magic requirement. You need fire access just because of how that chest works. It's incredibly dumb. But that chest itself is most of the time magic locked.
And here we go. Thank you, Hyper.
Yeah. Hyper pulling out the strats, the blue fire.
Hey, it's faster.
It is technically faster. It's great. I mean, technically, if you time your bomb pulls right, it's not even that much faster. But
true.
Because if you pull your bomb like as you're jumping there, yeah, like exactly how Hyper just did it, you can get it to explode as you get there anyway. But he's a man of the people. We have 2 men of the people now, with Hyper using blue fire arrows and Jimbo killing the guard as Gyro.
Yeah, but unfortunately Jimbo also stood in front of the carpenter as he ran away, so we have to take away that status.
Wait, he stood in front of...
He made the carpenter run around him.
Oh, okay, I understand. I was like, wait, did he not open, like, the cage? Like, that doesn't...
No, he didn't.
I was like, it doesn't spawn the bridge until you let the guy go.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, good. Everything's good.
Yeah, so right now everybody's kind of starting to converge again, except with the exception that Hyper's done Child Spirit, everyone else has done Techno. And they're each going to have to go swap places at some point to do the other.
Yeah, and Hyper missing the K-Sword feels bad, but like because Deku didn't really block anything, it's not going to punish him that much. And by the time he goes back, he's going to have Minuet, so the movement back is painful, but it's not terrible.
No.
So.
So realistically, like if we find a strength in here, that could be our path to Rova, and it would tell us something potentially about Water Temple.
Yeah, a strength in here basically just says water's not strength 1 locked, potentially. Or that like 2 strengths are available or something. There's a lot of
Well, here's Big Chest and Bomb Bag Chest.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like that.
Vanilla bomb bag. That is definitely not the path, though. That is not bomb locked.
No.
Or that is bomb locked, as far as we know. Well, okay, sorry, hold on. The bomb bag and bottom of the well is available, so that's not path no matter what.
Right.
That was...
Right.
My brain and my words don't work very well, which is a really good skill as a commentator, to just not be able to talk, so... That's not the path because the bomb bag in bottom of the well is available. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Words are difficult, and I'm dumb. Play DMT is foolish. Might just be peeking stuff just to see if he can pull like a random etalogic thing, or maybe like.
Yeah, you can find.
Sword, but...
Yeah.
Okay, another big chest. Strength 1. Okay.
Alright, let's see what's on King Dodongo.
Yeah. I guess that makes... Oh, never mind, I'm not gonna talk. Yeah, that is forest completion now. My guess is you probably just do that. I think in an AD seed like this, the more you can just change chain dungeon to jet dungeon, the better.
Yeah, we'll see if Hyper goes for that though, because it is Stone Forest. But
does Hyper know it's AD yet?
No.
He doesn't, does he?
No. He might go for GG. He knows GGG's path, so he probably goes to GGG instead, which is also fair. Oh no! I don't like this.
In a weird way, that's actually okay, because that means the GTG path is not a scale, which I think was actually like a strong concern.
Yeah.
GTG being like some bait path location for like logical access to Jabu would have been kind of a nightmare, so that scale being in logic there is actually like kind of nice, because that just means GTG is going to lead you to your boomerang.
Yeah, I kind of imagine like oh, hover boots?
Okay.
Hey, we can check Dead Hand and Shadow Temple.
Yeah, so the first 2 in Shadow are available to us.
I mean, we need to.
Yeah.
It's not really a thing. Like
it's
I mean, right now, like if you're kind of like you're gonna end your route in CAC, it makes sense to just go for it and do it, and then reverse to GTG.
Stone of Agony on adult shooting is nice. Yeah, honestly, like doing the first 2 checks of Shadow in isolation isn't even that slow.
No.
Because like
you have to run.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, like, if you find, like, a vanilla hovers or you get a useful item in those first 2 checks, like, it can be huge if other people are putting it off, so...
Yeah.
It looks like this is a reverse from Hyper, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a bad play.
No.
In, like, the most perfect of ideally, like, optimized worlds, I think maybe you do the first 2 in Shadow in case it gives you strength too, which is like such a niche likelihood. But this isn't even like wrong in any semblance of the...
No. I mean, the only way you consider this wrong is, like, you know, logically he doesn't know he has access to this area, but you also know that GTG's path, and it's path to one of your child dungeons that you'd like to single trip. So let's just do it and get it over with.
It is actually kind of insane. We have 3 people in the Dodongo fight right now.
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome.
I'm actually starting to lean to the fact that Water Temple might not be ZL locked.
Yeah.
Because if those irons...
Were...
Like, I think those irons... I think those irons are just available as child in spirit somehow. I'll have to go look at the...
Yeah, so we have GTG access with like a lot of items. If this is just Boomerang, Child Spirit is available with the Boomerang. And with the keys available, you can get the... Yeah, that's available then. Assuming that GTG just has Rudos available here. Or not Rudos, Boomerang.
Yeah.
So here's an even crazier thing. We're like long shot away from probably having IGC access.
Yeah.
Because with the scale that was on King Dodongo, you can get into Domain for a 2/3 chance at light arrows.
Yeah.
The seed's opening up very quickly.
Yeah.
With like Forest full clearable, GTG mostly clearable.
Really, we're just hunting for hover, strength 2, mirror shield, and a hammer.
Yeah, and it's just kind of interesting how quickly the seed went from like everyone's getting funneled to bottom of the well for the bomb bag to everyone has a lot of items and a lot of places that they can go.
Yeah. Everybody's 3 people and adults shooting together.
Yeah, these 3 might follow each other for a while now.
We'll get triple forest on restream.
Yeah, we'll have to see if their decision making from here is the same. Oh, okay, well, there's Jimbo and Flea in the forest.
And I can't imagine Cindy's too far behind because we rush dungeon. We rush dungeon.
First. Alright, Cindy's holding off for a little bit at least.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big chest in the center.
Yeah.
We've seen 3 keys.
Yeah, and again, Hyper doesn't know it's AD, so that might be the one thing that's keeping him away from Forest.
Yeah. Cindy's gonna go check field.
Yeah, I like that. Just confirming the potential Wath. Because I don't fully buy that it's the magic. I know that like we were just talking about the irons, but like that just still feels kind of weird.
There's hammer.
Okay.
That could also potentially be it. For
Yeah.
ZL, but...
Hyper dipped out of GTG really early. That's interesting. He did right side and then bounced.
Weird. I guess maybe he logically thinks he doesn't have access to it, and...
Huh. What is he doing?
I mean, you shouldn't be going into Water Temple knowing that...
Oh, okay. No, actually, he had peeked. The top of Fortress is a big chest, and he can't get it without confirming Scarecrow. So what he's going to do is he's going to clear Lake, confirm Scarecrow, and then for Roars from Water back to GTG to get the top of the Fortress chest. Okay. I like this. Hyper, you're smart. You were like 5 moves ahead of us.
Yeah, and he can also maybe route in some South Field as well.
Yeah, and the reason he did the right side first is because if like the top of Fortress is strength 2, he doesn't want to go clear the left side of GTG before getting it. So
yeah,
this actually ended up probably being the most efficient way to do this. Like, this is why Hyper is like insane.
There's long shot.
Ooh, where was that? I didn't see what grotto we're in. Cine.
Oh,
Cine. Okay, yeah. Remote grotto. Hyrule Field is kind of stacked. Unfortunately, Cine does not have a way into water. Not having the irons out of Child Spirit yet, but I want to get into water so badly right now to see if it's ZL locked. Like, if it's not ZL locked, it gives you a lot more flexibility with like your hints. Just the paths start to actually like point to the dungeons that they're okay. Hello, entirely stacked field. That's a strength 2. So, strength 2, magic, long shot, and field? My god.
Oh god.
Calm yourself. Yeah, so now, yeah, I think the irons are always in logic, just because Din's is usable in both ages, but that 100% confirms, like, it doesn't matter what the key layout is now, you have access to it either way, so...
1 key bomb bag fire source. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
3 keys silver gauntlets, fire source, or 5 keys requiem bomb bag. I would assume that without the strength, with the way strength path to Rova, I'm going to assume that it's 1 key bomb bag fire source that is logical for those irons.
Yeah. Yeah, I always think it's more than 1 key, but I forgot you literally can't spend a key without having access to that deck, so... Because if you spend it on child side, you have access as child. If you spend the key on adult side, you have access to it as adult, so... It doesn't matter which key you have. Yeah, this is suddenly a lot of items.
Yeah.
Hyper's actually going to pull his strength 2 before he goes back to GTG 2, which is actually, like, massively important here. Because it might get, like, worst case scenario would have been if Rang was strength 2 locked behind the push block room. But now we don't have to worry about that, and he has access to everything.
Yeah. I also imagine he'll immediately run back down to do Water Temple next.
Yeah. No, this gives him full clear of water, I believe.
Well, potential full clear of water without ZL, but yeah.
I think that's massively important, though, to know if this dungeon is clearable, because it gives you, like, IGC access, eventually, etc., so...
Alright, playing...
Oh...
Nocturne.
Nocturne to ward back. Beast.
Field to Morpha, well.
This guy's so smart, man. His like micro writing's actually incredible to watch.
Yeah.
He'll go check these two for horse back to GTG. Probably full clear GTG and then go in the water. Like
Yeah, I guess.
So. Saw the Ocarina of Time hint, right? He knows it's AD, I think.
No. Still doesn't.
I know Hyper doesn't. I thought Cine had.
Cine has, but Cine...
Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, there's this. I was a little bit confused as to why Cine wasn't pushing Forest, but...
I think I wanted to go take a look at the field path. Because you know what we can do now? 3-key Forest. No, we need hovers. Never mind.
Yeah, you need hovers, unfortunately. It also doesn't, like...
Save too much time, but...
It really, really depends on where the keys are. If you can save doing 2 of the, like, slower keys, like, if there's a key in the, like, in the well in Forest, and if there's a key on, like, the rotating hallway check, like, 3-key Forest helps you, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's actually... There is a good point. We were talking, like, super early that you can actually deduce the AD for ZL. And I'm curious if Hyper's at the point that he can do that.
Well, what else does he have left? He knows... What's Forest Med?
Spirit, which is possible to do without ZL.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst is always whenever you have, like, literally Spirit Temple locks ZL and then there's something in, like, Compass Chest or Boss Key Chest.
That's going to be the problem, is I don't think he's going to be able to assume that you can beat Spirit without ZL, so there's a chance he might think it's on Prelude. Up until you, like, are proven that you can beat Spirit without ZL, like, it's always a consideration that you can potentially not require it, but... we know it's not an ice, we know it can't be in Composure, so that's 2 of the checks. So yeah, I think he has it down... I think he has it down to a 50-50 on if it's Prelude or AD. And I don't think he can guarantee confirm either way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so... That being said, he's still making, like, very good progression progress where he can, like... Chasing a path right now, he's gonna full clear this area. He's the only person who's had access to and done Child Spirit, so he's the only person with the irons.
Yeah, though I have to imagine, like, everyone will kind of be... Oh, there's a gold scale.
Oh!
There goes the Iron's advantage, potentially.
Okay. Yeah.
But, like, I kind of imagine, like, everybody else will kind of, like, they'll do Field, because Field's path, the magic feels like a weak path, unless you want to push Shadow.
Yeah.
And then you also go, then you basically get your GTG starter kit, and you're able to do GTG.
This is a Shin-Cube blocked big chest here. Uh-oh.
Zora Tunic. Which probably doesn't matter, because we probably could get the other one anyway.
Yeah. Although, that's 2 keys. Drink 2 locked in. We need 7 of them to get to that middle.
Well, we need all of them to get to the middle.
Yeah, technically we need all of them, but we physically need, like, 7, so...
Yeah.
If you come to GTG and you don't have Strength 2 and maybe Toilet's a key, maybe you can't get to that big chest at all in your first dip here, and, like, maybe that's really bad. So...
Yeah, but we also started with early magic and FW, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, super punishing, but it's one of those things that, like, when you drop Furroys, you want to never have to use it again, because you don't want to have to make the decision if you, like, cancel it or don't place it somewhere else, too, so... So Jax is talking about if the Zora Tunic is pathed in here. Isn't Zora Tunic only in logic for Central Pillar?
It would only be for Central Pillar, which would mean Iron Boots. Yes, but also... We know where a second wallet is, and... So that's where it's going to get a little dicey, is we know where our second wallet is.
Yeah. Okay, no, I understand what they're talking about now. They were saying, so you need to go back into Central... Like, once you get ZL, you have to go back into water. That was the logic they were talking about. Okay.
Oh.
I misunderstood where they were going with that, but... Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah.
Jax is, like, brilliant with logic, so anytime they say anything, I just believe them.
Yeah. Don't believe... Oh, Water Temple is foolish. Okay.
Oh, yeah, true. Water Temple's foolish. Way to go, Jax. God, I should never listen to you.
Alright, item 1 in GTG. Not path. It's nice that all of our runners will be getting double defense this seat, though. Oh god, there's 3 chests in the maze.
Yeah, GTG is, pretty stacked back here, so...
Oh no.
No. Pass.
Oh no, no, no,
Pass.
no,
Pass.
no, no,
Pass.
no, no.
So... Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. We're saved. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Wait. Okay, good, good, good. Slingshot can't hurt us.
Yeah, so the slingshot was super weird because I thought, like, it started to look like it might have been Child Spirit. Just, like, would have locked Rang. Because Target in the Woods is, foolish with Lost Woods, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Jimbo has finished Phantom Ganon, by the way. So it's 2/3 of his way to getting,
and
OoT.
I don't think there was anything super useful in Forest. There was Gold Scale.
Gold Scale.
And...
I'll take...
Yeah. Gold Scale is useful if you just don't push Spirit early.
Yeah.
But Jimbo has not full cleared Hyrule stacked field.
No.
So, yeah. Yeah, BGS on top of Fortress, which...
Yeah, he doesn't have the hint for Hyrule Field, but I think there was a hint for it in the Lost Woods Grotto that he's gonna... I forget where those hints were.
Hyper's pushing into Spirit without ZL, so this will give us a good idea of how many keys we have available to us total.
Yeah.
It might give us the idea if Spirit is ZL locked or not.
Oh, Jimbo just never did the maze.
Ah, yeah. Wait, I'm crazy.
Jimbo did the maze.
Jimbo did the maze? Jimbo did the maze and didn't just jump over this? Jimbo. Man. Guy, what?
Flea bombed open the grotto, forgot he had an FCL. It's an hour into the seat. By the way, happy 70 minutes, everybody.
Oh, exactly 72 minutes, that's funny.
Yeah. Please give our runners a follow, and our Thank you to our wonderful trackers tonight.
So, we did get boss key from Hyper.
Yeah.
I think we still only have 3 small keys, I think. So I think there's a small key locked by ZL. So I don't think this is ZL beatable. Which I think means Hyper should be able to rationalize that ZL is AD.
Yeah.
Because I think this place is 4 key locked logically, because you can spend the one on the child
That
side
door,
and then-
yeah, that door is 5 key locked.
So.
Jimbo's at least take a look into lower fire temple.
Fleet going out to GTG. He does not have strength 2 yet, so if he dips in... I don't know if he'll have... Ooh,
Oh, good. Strength 3 and Spirit Temple. Wonderful.
the classic.
Gold scale for Cine.
Yep. Which, with the gold scale, he can full clear now. Well, I guess except for Central Pillar, but... And
Okay.
Seal.
Force and Fire Temple's hammer locked.
Yep.
Surprise.
Alright. Yeah, so Hyper bounced from Spirit. My guess is... I'm back Child, so maybe...
I'm guessing this is probably... if he save... Is he gonna save quit? He has the scale, so maybe this is River
Yeah,
to River, and then he'll find the key sword, which will be good for him.
Yeah.
But this is probably going to be doing domain, looking for lights, and then going into Jabu.
Yep.
And then find
Actually,
case.
this is
Yeah.
probably the best situation for him to be able to get K-Sword, because now he has Ring, so he doesn't even have to run down and get the chicken, because you can actually pick that up with Ring.
Yeah.
So he'll dive through, see it, grab it with Ring, and then just do a Jabu, Deku thing, probably.
Hyper didn't get the hammer because that was the grotto that Jimbo's walking to right now.
Yep. Jimbo classically dipping into fire, and then immediately getting the hammer, because why not?
It's also where the other copy of the OoT is, of course.
Oh, that is a surprisingly free hint, but with how late we got Bomb Bag, I'm not surprised people have kind of put off the boulder, but...
Yeah.
Alright. Cine in the basement of Forest, being the third person to finish off this dungeon here. Cine does have hammer, so he also has the ability to finish off AD in this little segment here.
Yeah.
My guess is Jimbo also basically does that. Just finishes on fire, gets his AD.
Gets a CL, so he can stop forgetting the fact that he doesn't have it.
Jimbo. Yep. There we go. Okay. He had a really good menu to put the things that he needed for fire without the Furores to get back. Yeah, this was was a really interesting scene. It definitely like channeled everyone into the bomb bag and bottom of the well, and then everyone's kind of diverted off into these small little differences.
Sub-routes. Yeah.
Like, all of our runners have different loadouts and completions and everything. So here's Hyper getting his K-Sword, assuming he gets his peak as he comes up. There it is. Probably feels bad. I know there's a very large contingent of people who... No, you have the boomerang, buddy!
I think he wants to go take a look at the other... He has storms, so...
I mean, yeah, but...
He's still missing 2 or 3 more items from God mode, and...
Oh, yeah. You need the chicken to get into this place anyway. I forget where it comes to go. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. I never trust the chicken on that platform that has the K-Sword, though, so I would have probably grabbed the K-Sword before. And then I probably would have played Zeal in front of a waterfall like an idiot, and then realized that I don't have it, so... Yep, Triple Forest is over.
Yay.
Yeah, we're probably going to see Cinny follow Jimbo into fire here. And my guess is... No, Flea, don't warp away. No. X7 high roll. It's loaded. Damn.
Well, anyway, Jimbo is going to go straight up and beat Volve. And then probably skip out on the rest of fire like any sane person does.
From Flea's perspective, this isn't bad, but it's just unfortunate knowing how loaded Southern Field is, and Field in general. That, unfortunately, this is not the order you want to do this. Oh.
Yeah, now Jimbo did not get the strength out of field. Or the long shot.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine Jimbo is finally going to make his play for GTG later. And then the Hyper finally knows.
Yep. I think he knew from the Spirit play, but maybe
yeah. Well, he now definitely knows.
Yeah, it's really tough when you're playing to like fully be aware of like especially Spirit key logic, but I think you should have known that there was a key missing earlier in Spirit. That would have been Zeal, so like logically it can't be behind Prelude check, so. Yeah, that's actually a really unfortunate kind of hint location for Hyper. Just with other people having gotten that early, like he knows he's had forest access to be able to like full clear for a while now.
Yeah, and he's hoping the Mirror Shield is in the forest or something along those lines.
Which we know it's not. Like, not doing forest isn't unbelievably punishing yet, but. And we will see the domain checks to see if we just get Evil's Bane here, or if we have to come back for the Batman.
Yeah, no, Hyper really isn't too bad off. He still has to go do forest. He'll be doing Deku soon.
Yeah, it's not like a seed ending. It's just unfortunate, I think.
Yeah.
The earlier you get that hint, the better off you are, just because it changes your decision making in certain spots. Like, he is also like ahead of where all of our other runners are in like the GTG field. Like he has everything except the hammer from field. He also has the irons, so like if water is really bad with the boss key location, and you need to do central pillar, he has that. So he still has advantages. It's just the AD definitely doesn't feel good from his perspective right now.
Yeah. Jimbo is reversing to Wasteland through Wasteland, and we'll be going to G2G now. Doesn't have the strength, but still has strength SFW.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll run through GTG, may do what you said, and may follow some arc to hyper and try to go grab, activate the Scarecrow so you can get the top chest in case it's a strength, and then stumble into the other couple items.
Well, Jimbo has long shot, which is so he can actually get that top of fortress.
Oh,
long
okay.
The long shot allows you to just barely get the chest, so that won't be an issue on his end. The bigger problem is the strength 2. I think locks.
It's a hard required strength 2 because it's there's strength 3 isn't just straight up an adult spirit.
But I think even with our key logic, I think there were only 8 keys available when Hyper went through. I think Toilet's a key.
Yeah, we only saw it.
Means he won't be able to get Boomerang until he gets strength 2.
Does Hyper not have a fish for Jabu? Oh, he didn't open.
No, he didn't open the chest.
Light arrows.
Hopefully he'll remember, but that's scary. I mean, luckily the worst case is the path is there on his tracker, so
yeah.
Worst case, he'll just, at the point where he's like, why don't I have light arrows, he'll be able to be like, oh shit, I just didn't do a domain check somehow. Hopefully. That's like everyone's had the situation where you do the diving game and you forget to talk to the diving man. And then you just ignore something on domain diving game. But so, all in all, what are we missing? Is it just mirror and...
Mirrors and hovers.
Hovers? Yeah.
Yeah. And for all we know, they're just sitting in Ganon's castle.
Yeah. Could be ZL locked literally anywhere too.
Yeah.
On some like random fairy fountain somewhere stupid. But yeah, dude. Hopefully he remembers, though, because I think what may have happened was he was struggling with the Din's Fire, and I think the ordering that he did, like, the torch run and the diving game ended up changing, and he may have just kind of, like, Papegged actually going back for the chest when he was grabbing the fish, but...
Yeah. Alright, time to see Jimbo. Jimbo's gonna go to...
Cindy getting the nice quick kill on Volvagia, so that completes his AD. The second runner to do so behind Jimbo.
Yeah.
First checking Jabu's a big boy. Fire arrows. So. Which more than likely isn't important, but that could theoretically be logical access to Fire Shadow 2 in IGC, because we don't have hovers. Hovers on Shadow 2 would be a pretty...
Also that... Yeah. Also that kind of clears away, like, Din's for like, Water Temple for getting those iron boots. If we want the fire, we had both fire sources available, so Din could...
Yeah, I think Din's Din's was unhinted because it was the magic, but...
Yeah. Jimbo's just sniping through the...
Yeah, so Flea's in the situation that we discussed that might have been kind of nasty, where that center chest is hard locked by 2 keys that are strength 2 locked and a key in the toilet.
Yeah.
So he's unfortunately just cannot actually get that, even with, like, brute forcing through the keys, he just doesn't have enough. So,
yeah.
What's potentially even nastier is he's gonna probably grab his iron boots here, and then he might just go back to do toilet, which will at least get him the boomerang, but it's just a pretty nasty chain of, like...
Yeah.
Climb spirit, get irons, go back, do toilet, get boomerang, go back, child. So... just a lot of kind of back and forth, and toilet's just slow.
Yeah, and he's still missing the hammer, so... Like, he won't have ZL for... not that ZL does anything for Child Spirit, but...
Yeah.
Like, if he wanted to go turn letter in and kind of maybe see if he can pull opponents before coming back from it.
Yeah. And the bigger thing is, obviously the only runner who knows it is Hyper, but Strength 3 being Strength 2 locked in Spirit means you need both of those strengths, so he's going to have to find that at some point anyway.
Yeah. He has Field Path to Morpha. Jimbo doesn't, and we know actually Field Path to Morph is the Nocturne pad hit. So it is extremely free for whenever Jimbo checks it. But Jimbo
my phone just screamed at me for an Amber Alert, so I'm sorry if that was next to the microphone.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, cool. Oh. See? Oh, wow. Okay. That's Hovers. ZL locked in Composer Grave.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's probably, just because, like, there's a song here, that's probably one of the first places a lot of runners go when they get ZL.
Yeah.
But honestly, the remaining songs that we have aren't useful, so I could see people not caring about that song super early.
Yeah. We actually have absolutely no idea where Strength 3 is. Not Strength 3, Word Mirror Resist. None of our hints will be point to it.
Yeah,
it can literally be anywhere because our one path to Twinrova was for the strength in Dodongo's is presumably for the strength in Dodongo's Cavern. The other strength wasn't strength locked, ergo.
Yeah.
Strength 2 was those 2 strengths were required to get into Spirit Temple, and with the 3rd strength being locked behind those 2 strengths, the path is satisfied.
Yeah.
You cannot read anything more into it. Sorry.
Yeah, both of those, both of the first 2 strengths are equally strength 2, so in a weird way. But... oh, I've been unfortunately missing that boomerang trick the first time, which can be kind of a finicky lineup. I hate this trick sometimes because it's probably one of the tricks in the game, like, the most that I'm confused when I hit it or when I fail it. I'll, like, throw a boomerang and be super confident that I was about to get it, and... oh, wait. Oh, no, okay, no. Irons were... I was really confused because I was like, I could have sworn that check was irons that Flea just got, but the irons are actually up here on this one, so...
yeah. Alright. This was a blue P, which probably means it actually was just an ammo refill for Jimbo. But I think this will be Scarecrow, Southfield for Jimbo, and then coming back up into GTG.
Yeah, that was a very nice Baronade fight by Hyper. That boss fight just feels so good to do well.
Yeah. Irons for Flea.
Yep. Who we will see. He's playing Prelude, so this is probably to just go back for toilet right away, which is kind of awful.
Yeah.
This is just like the really unfortunate back and forth that he has to do because of the lack of strength too, and the key locations in GTG, but
yeah,
he dropped Furores. It's not like the worst double dip, it's just a little bit unfortunate with the key locations. Yeah, this is a big moment to see if Hyper remembers that he stranded that. Hyper, you do not have ZL, you cannot do this trick. This is the thing that I do when you're an hour and a half into a seed and you're like, wait, I definitely have ZL. Oh no, I don't. Go back to domain, Hyper. Yes! Okay, this is good.
I guess running out so you can go, or...
Yeah. The thing that would have scared me was if he minueted to go to Deku, because he got the K-Sword.
Yeah.
Is like, if just in the middle of doing Jabu, you like brain fart your plan to come back here first,
Yeah.
and you just like minuet out, but... Alright, this should be our lights.
Yep.
Okay. Everything's okay. Hyper saved himself. He had it under control. Perfect.
Yeah, Mirror Shield, and it can be almost anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we are hard in a mirror casino, but we have a bunch of dungeons ahead of us. Shadow's pretty dense, and we have a few checks in Spirit that we haven't checked yet, too.
And potentially IGC.
Yeah, and all of IGC.
Alright. Jimbo's gonna go do Lab Dive because he has Gold Scale.
Yep.
And then probably does Southfield. Picks up Strength 2 Long Shot, and then...
Yeah, I'm trying to... This is a really interesting race, because I have no idea who's in the best position right now. Jimbo's about to basically get almost all of his items, but still has to go back out to GTG.
I think Cinny's probably in the best overall position right now.
Yeah.
Just based on dungeons cleared, having the hovers, having the ability to get ZL.
Yeah, that's true, actually. He hasn't missed anything, really.
Yeah.
So, he'll go back, get ZL.
Hyper and Flea are both missing a really obnoxious check for them. Strength 2 for Jimbo. Gonna be Long Shot in a second. And then... Jimbo will be back in GTG and... like go get his boomerang. And then he'll go Child, and then go do Jabu along with Cinny.
Yep. Yeah, so Cinny and Jimbo are in the same path, it's just Cinny looks like they're a little ahead of it.
Yeah.
And then also has hovers already where Jimbo still needs to pull those.
Yeah, at least with like hovers are at least Composer's Grave.
Yeah.
So you might just want to do just for the song, even though like we're at the point where really we're only hunting Eponas for songs. We don't care about Serenade, we don't care about Bolero, we know where Saria's is.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Jimbo's going to take a run of Gold Scale Water. No, he's thinking better about it. He knows he can do ZL, has ZL for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like... I would probably dip into water if it wasn't foolish, but the fact that it is foolish, like, you just know that you're not going to find anything, so, like, why bother going in before you have Zeal when you have Zeal
Yeah,
available
just
for
hold.
you? The only issue
Yeah.
really is, like, getting all the way back to water can be a trek, but, like, because you don't have Serenade, which...
I think they'll leave their FW and GGG and then just drop down. But yeah.
Yeah, the kind of an obnoxious check that a few of our runners are missing in, I think it's just Flea and Hyper are both missing Boulder of Destiny, which has the hammer.
Well, Flea's missing everything in field, which is Boulder, Strain 2, and
True,
the
yeah.
Long Shot. So he has a bunch. Hyper's just missing the hammer. Now, the good thing is that the hammer is locking all the Fire Temple. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's going to get sucked into Upper Fire Temple looking for the hammer. He will get stuck there eventually, but...
And Boulder, like, you never think that Boulder of Destiny there is, like, a bad check, but it's one of those that if you don't do it early, like, it's super easy to just forget because you assume that you've done it.
Yeah.
Looks like Flea is leaving Market, so this might actually be Boulder?
Yeah, this is probably Northfield. I have to imagine Cindy's going to head for... Hyper's going to head for Forest Temple next.
Alright. No, Flea. Oh. Yes, Flea. He saw the boulder was in the background when the camera flipped, and he was like, shit, I didn't do that.
Then he'll get it, and he'll be like, "Oh no, how am I going to do this?"
Yeah, it feels bad, but.
Right.
I wonder if it's worth it for you to go back adult here and just beat Fire before you do your child segment, because otherwise, like either way, you have to come back to get the song after you do Fire. But.
All right. Jimbo first to the boomerang.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Him and Zinni are, like, almost identical outside of the hovers at this point.
Yeah. And I have to imagine... Jimbo, you had Prelude. Maybe he still wants to do... He might not have done the top of Fortress check.
That looks like what he is doing.
Okay, resetting FW so that way he can drop in the Water Temple later.
Yeah, that's smart. You don't know if you're gonna get Serenade or if that's a song that's like stuck out nice, so...
Jimbo.
Buddy, you just save quit to the same exact spot.
You didn't leave the door... You didn't leave the...
Jimbo, you're gonna pop back in James. My guy.
And you also had Prelude.
He does also have Prelude. Oh, this is
you play on VC, you shouldn't be safe quitting.
This is why we love Jimbo. He's great.
Yes.
Oh man. That's funny. I give him shit, but I've done the same thing before where like you don't leave the dungeon, you just save quit and you end up in the same dungeon. So, I'm dead. Yeah, and here's Cinny. Gonna go full clear shadow. I wouldn't be shocked if Mirror Shield is in here. It's probably like, other than IGC, our densest location left.
Yeah.
That we haven't seen anything, so.
Jimbo's gonna take the runner at Water Temple, I guess. Alright.
Yeah, it's not awful. I guess the thought process here is if you can beat water, you can probably just check IGC, but I
Look
don't know
for
if you do that before you go.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, he doesn't
IGC could
lights
have.
either.
What?
He doesn't have lights from domain because he hasn't been child to go up to Jabu yet, so
Yeah.
he can't really get into IGC. Yeah, I don't like this. We'll see.
Maybe you're just betting with the way that the weird way that these hints were. That you don't need ZL, or at worst, you get your ZL in here now. Because you're done with GTG. Alright.
Okay. Jimbo reset for roars, save quit in GTG. Left GTG. Came to water, set for the roars, and now he's putting out. Okay. What an adventure. That was a roller coaster for Jimbo.
Yeah. And he's going child, gonna go get Ocarina of Time and his Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah. Okay.
And then probably go run through child domain and get his
yeah.
Chabu kit. Lights for Flea.
Yep. Hyper pushing through forest.
I have to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Yep, I got you. Jimbo! Okay, oh, he was grabbing his ESL. Jimbo at this point has cleared field. Jimbo has everything that he needs from field at this point. He just has to go up to Jabu at this point. I think the only person at this point... Piper is missing the hammer from Boulder, and Flea is missing everything from Southern Field, which is Strength 2 and Longshot. How does this work as a qualifier? So this race has 59 entrants, and people will finish, and then based on their time and a very complicated math formula that a bunch of smarter people than I am put together, there's basically a par time for the first, I'm going to say 10, but it might be 7 finishers. And then based on your difference from the par time, you get a point value based out of like 1,100 possible points. And then you're allowed to do 8 qualifiers. Your best qualifier and your 3 worst qualifiers are removed and your points are totaled. And the top 32 from all of that mathing will be in the top 32 tournament. But that is a very quick rundown of how this works as a qualifier. And there are like 20 total qualifiers between like a week ago and sometime in December. It's like a month and a half or something of qualifiers. Alright. Cindy so far trucking through Shadow here. Gotten 3 early keys, which is actually really nice for Shadow. And all Cine is missing is Mirror Shield and potentially the Iron Boots, so if he's able to pull a Mirror Shield from here and Shadow is go modable, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive he plays. Oh, genuinely thought he was about to pull Mirror Shield, and it was just a fish.
Yeah, well, that last bottle, at least.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we haven't seen anything too much more in Shadow Temple.
No, 3 are the keys, and then the bottle, but nothing else of note in here yet. Hyper's pushing his way through Forest at the blue pub here.
Yeah, so I think, like, Hyper's problem right now is, like, if he doesn't find that hammer soon, he's going to go into Shadow. He's going to go all the way down to the boat, looking for hammer.
Well, our hovers are ZL locked, so he's gonna have to find.
Oh, yeah. Actually, never mind. That's true. Actually, I forgot that.
Yeah, it's all good. A lot going on. On the screen. Yeah.
Actually, that actually does open up a really, really nasty possibility, though. That means Fire Temple's not hovers locked, which means
I think
you have to.
Yeah,
it can't be. It can't be.
Yeah, you're right.
So that means we're logically expected to climb all the way up to the highest score to whack the pillar down.
Yeah, that is gross.
So the hammer could theoretically be anywhere in Upper Fire Temple, which he might do before Boulder of Destiny.
Oh.
Well, he can't actually. No, what am I saying? He can't actually get to Boulder of Destiny because there's a boss key.
Yeah, he's, I think because Jimbo went into fire, we did hammer locked early. But yeah, you're correct that, like, once he gets hammer, he could theoretically climb all the way up looking for hovers or mirror.
Yeah, hovers.
Mirror shield being, like, high fire could also be pretty nasty, too, because...
Yeah.
Mirror casinos, I think, are probably my least favorite thing in this entire game.
They're basically like you guys Rod Casino from Link to the Past Randomizer with just slightly more checks. Literally, like 2 more checks that they unlock.
Yeah, the good thing is Spirit does lock 2 songs in this seed, so we know it can't be like HBA or Behind Sarias, which is nice. But
yeah. Oh, did we get confirmation preludes on Eponas or?
I think they're the only 2. It's just the only 2 songs that we haven't seen. I don't remember which one's which. I think Burning Cack was Sarias.
Burning Cack's Sarias, but I haven't seen Bolero's Serenade or Eponas. Or hints for those.
Oh, you're right. There's one in the ice too. You're right. Okay, I forgot we didn't have.
Oh yeah, what was our? Was it Serenade in? Composer's Grave.
Composer. I forgot about the Bolero. Lapis, the song is. So. Yeah, I guess ice isn't a terrible place. Like, I think you just have to do IGC. It's so check dense.
Yeah, you do it.
Once all of your progression that is available to you is available, and like you have everything, I think IGC is just a very good play. When you're in a casino, it's just super, super dense.
Yeah.
Although it's significantly less dense without Strength 3, and none of our runners have pushed into Spirit outside of Hyper so far.
I kind of imagine Jimbo and Flea. I mean, Flea's done a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we know we need 2 key. Like, the good thing is that if you do Adult Spirit, you're not going to get key. Because the Boulder Chest is a key, right?
Which one? Rolling Boulder? I don't actually remember. Because I know when Hyper went in, he had an extra key from his child dip. I don't remember if we saw one on Boulders or not. I want to say it wasn't a key. That might be wrong. Yeah, most of our runners are going to have ZL, so the ZL check could be a key, because we didn't check that.
Yeah.
Which I think would be a best case scenario for like all of our runners, is if that's a key and they're not child block. Another incredibly clean Baronade fight, this time from Flea. And Cinny's still killing the manager?
It wasn't a key, but that, yeah, Accomplish This could be a key.
So far, no Mirror Shield in Shadow. Would have to be on Bongo at this point, but...
Yeah. Hyper's running out of temple time.
Yeah, this is his best chance to
Get the hammer.
Here, which looks like he's booking it towards.
Flea gonna forget he doesn't have ZL.
Yeah.
For the second time this seat.
The angry shield flicking of whoops.
Yeah.
It's so crazy though, like how often are you almost 2 hours into a seed and you don't have ZL? Like it's so understandable to just be like, this fairy fountain's right here, let me just do it. Like it's just like muscle memory at that point.
Yeah. Really game, Typer says.
Cindy getting the one cycle on Bongo with the big on sword. Yeah, and Hyper gets the hammer, which honestly for him is like the last big thing that he was missing that we know about, so...
Yeah. Well, other than the hovers, but yeah.
Yeah, he's on his path to catching up to where everyone else is. He's just got to go beat Fire right now.
Yeah, and then not get sucked into the rest of Fire, but we'll see. The scary thing is, like, everybody else kind of put off the rest of Fire because there wasn't a lot left in the seed.
Yeah.
Hyper's gonna have gone and gotten into what? Was that another magic in there?
Yeah, that was second magic and Tech-Tech.
Okay, so Field definitely wasn't magic then.
No, because
wait.
The irons are...
The gold skill. Gold skill.
Yeah, gold skill was well. Okay. Yeah, so Field was not for magic, it was actually just for the one shot, probably.
5 out of 5, actually 6 out of 6 majors for Field today.
That's insane. Yeah, every single check in Field was a major, like, necessary item. Well, I guess technically the magics aren't, like, necessary.
Well, one of them is.
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, you need one. But that's the densest field I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where is he heading?
Is Flea
looking for the last path, which is Bongo to... which is DC Dobrova.
Yeah.
Which are terrible locations that you'll never find.
I, for like a second, thought he had just never blown up like the Goron, but I was like, wait, is this the first time this guy's come to Goron City? But no. So. Yeah, checking the last path, but especially given the likelihood that it is a spirit path, I understand trying to like hunt this down.
Yeah.
Because even with like all of the weird logic, the game still tries to give you a hint per
right.
like boss. So there's actually a pretty decent chance. It's basically 50-50 if your last path hint is going to be for Twin Rova or... Oh, we started with the medallion, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, no, because we still need a path for the light arrows.
Yeah.
So realistically, we've gone through hunting
Yeah.
You know, hinting.
No.
We've gone from 5 path hints for 6 possible targets to 5 hints for 7 possible targets.
Yeah, it's the 50-50 is actually potentially a Deku path because of the K turn, which is like super unuseful, but yeah. So it's a 50-50 for Flea's mind if the last path is for Deku or Rova, which is I think worth checking when you're in basically a mirror casino. So.
I'm actually really interested. I think there is a world where we've only seen one slingshot, and that slingshot, as far as we know, could potentially be on the path to the boomerang.
It wouldn't be on path to boomerang.
No, it would for Child's. But it would it'd be a potentially on the path to Morph, the slingshot. Because Toilet was a small key, which means irons could be locked by the slingshot, locking the boomerang.
Oh my god, my brain hurts.
So that means that the slingshot's the only logical way to get the keys in Child Spirit to go to.
Yeah, okay. I got you. Yeah, you're right.
So.
Because that is, the boomerang was 9 key locked, which is behind irons. Yeah, there we go. You're right. I totally forgot that the boomerang was that terrible with the key layout.
Yeah. Lights for.
Yep.
City. Jible's heading to Child Spirit to get some keys.
Yep.
And then probably bail from Child Spirit, the rest of Child Spirit, because he's got frickin' fire arrows and dense fire, so don't even need to bother doing child climb.
Yeah, checking Colossus Ferry too with the ZL. Yeah, this is the crappy part about like a super late ZL is you start getting these like one-offs like this Fountain Ferry and then like
Crater Ferry.
Fountain and Ice, like the Crater Ferries, yeah. They're just like the ZL checks are so scattered around the world.
Yeah.
Yep, happy 2 hours as well. Thank you, Virgil.
Yep, one of our trackers tonight.
Yeah. Do we have commands for?
I don't know. It's logged me out, so I don't have like
do.
Yay.
Okay. Thank you to our trackers: Signified, Telmotech, Baseball, Virgil Dante.
Baseball.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And did I miss baseball? I never miss baseball.
Oh, it's okay. It's not baseball.
That's true. And yeah, make sure to follow our 4 runners who are putting on a fantastic race. And then also follow the top file. Don't follow me, I suck. So
I don't actually stream.
Yeah.
I don't stream, so you don't have to follow me.
Follow him anyway. Alright, Flea grabbing the boss key. Hyper in the fight.
Yeah. Jibba sees a small key. Gonna go grab the 2, and then. I don't think Jimbo needs to be child for the rest of the seed.
I think if he's missed anything in Child, I don't know if we've seen him do Child Goron City, which is only like 2 checks.
Yeah.
I think that's like the only thing he might have left to try. And then like Saria's checks if Saria happens to be an ice.
Well, that's Child Goron.
Right.
Yeah, that's Child Goron City anyway. Because Lost was instead.
And actually, Saria's is burning cat, so it's not on Shoots Spirit, so it can't have our mirror anymore.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hate when that happens. The Volvagia hitbox on her head sometimes is a nightmare, and Hyper just like couldn't find it for whatever stupid reason the game has about hiding her head.
Yeah.
That like hit detection is so bad, and the number of times I've fucked up fights to just missing her hitbox is so annoying. But
Alright. Well.
Yeah. I think the biggest question is going to be for Cinny. When Cinny gets out of Jabu, we'll have water to complete, and then we'll theoretically have IGC access.
Yeah. Where is Jimbo going? Is gonna go back to Water Temple. Makes sense.
Yep.
His left is FW, doesn't know Serenade's or where Serenade is.
Yeah. You have to do it at some point. The only thing that makes this dungeon a little bit nicer is hovers. But the likelihood that hovers might be an IGC, like I think you just come and do this now. I hate doing water without hovers. I think it is awful. But because it locks your IGC, and there's a chance hovers are just an IGC. In his eyes.
Yeah. Well, time. Our routing decisions are kind of solved because we are doing gold scale water for Jimbo.
True.
No.
I forgot Jimbo didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a 10% chance that Jimbo can't beat this without wagons if the boss key is on Central Pillar, but I would take those odds.
Many people do.
Cracked wall is just a small key.
Yeah. Falls down for hyper, eligible to get Ocarina of Time. Alright, we've seen 2 small keys.
Yeah, that should be all you need in this dungeon too, because you know it's barren. So you can just gum the 2 keys on Darklink Loop or boss key chest, either way. This is such a neat trick that I do not know. The like hoverless version of this. And Jimbo executes it flawlessly.
Nice.
That's just a really swag trick.
Mm-hmm. We had one of our like lead up weeklies to quals where we had a path bow to Morpha because boss key was in that chest. Not because K-Sword to unlock Longshot was in that chest.
Oh.
And it was to get access to the water changing to the middle target. Everybody's like, why the heck was...
Okay.
Why the heck was stuff bad?
And that's a pretty early boss key in water, so...
Yeah.
Jimbo's not going to need the irons. Which is very good for him.
Completely unneeded today.
Oh. Gets clipped by the... This is another reason hovers is really nice in this dungeon, because this room is just stupid. Why they felt the need to put this in, I will never understand.
I love and I hate that room. It's stupid, it's trolly, but it's also incredibly simple.
And Jimbo with a nice quick grab kill. Very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has some time on Cindy now. If he's able to pull the hovers soon, he's in a really, really good spot. Him and Cindy are both...
Yeah. I mean, Cindy also has done all of Shadow Temple.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, okay. Never mind. It's 15 minutes. Holy crap.
Yeah, City's not all a Shadow Temple, but City also... I mean, it looked like you could possibly skip the backside as Shadow Temple.
Yeah. I think that's probably... I mean, if you find hovers, you are probably full clearing Shadow at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to find the mirror before you find hovers, which... Piper is about to get hovers.
Plus, Jim will go for back Lake Hints now that he's beaten Water Temple, looking for his Rally Hint. I can't remember which one of these it was.
Yeah, he actually only has 3 path hints too. What's the other one that he's technically missing?
He's missing Field because he hasn't played
Oh,
Doctor.
he's missing Field, yeah. Which, I mean, honestly, like, given how many items you pulled out of there, it's probably a safe assumption that you're missing a field to something.
Yeah.
But... Cine with our third clean Baronade fight of the day. These guys, all of their execution has been top-notch today. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of them make a mistake outside of Jimbo fumbling the GTG lobby thing.
Yeah. Alright, Jimbo thought about going to IGC, decides I'm gonna go take a swing and see if I can find the Mirror Shield and Shadow the Spirit Temple first, which...
Yeah. No, this is just progression. You have to do a bunch of these checks anyway, so this is correct to do before IGC.
Yeah, and he'll feel good about this one. This turns out to be his Strength 3 in here, and then he'll be able to single trip IGC.
Yeah, we're also going to see if you're actually child locked, because we didn't see the ZL check, and I don't remember what the...
I did go back and look at Hyper's VOD. So, yeah, there was no small key in...
Okay. We still have the ZL check that might be a small key, which would be a very good bailout, too. I mean, not even a bailout, he just age changed to... He picked up their hovers as well. So now we have everyone but Jimbo on Restream with hovers. Hyper immediately taking them to clear Shadow, which makes sense. We're probably going to see the same thing from Lee here.
Good job, Jimbo. Okay, so Child Spirit hard required today.
Okay. Which is fine. He did it already, so he's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Jimbo, this doesn't work if you don't have hovers, but...
Oh yeah, Flea still needs to get long shot and strength too.
Oh my god, he's still missing Southern Field, yeah, that's...
Well, you can do Shadow Temple.
Yeah. Yeah, this will probably actually... No, because the iron still technically solve it for magic.
I mean, no. I mean, it's not the magic. The magics don't lock each other.
No, I know.
So, yeah. For in his.
Again, magic in his mind, I think he may not know that. So.
Yeah, or he could think iron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't check Tech Titan Grotto, he should know it's on magic. That's the only thing on his path listed.
Yeah, so I think that's just the problem. Is like the irons, I think in his eyes, fulfill the path, which might be why he's just hesitating to go back and like full clear that area. But
Hammer also satisfies it. That is true.
Oh yeah. So, that's always tough when like you have a satisfied path and you just like are resisting going to full clear it, and it's just pointing to a different item that you haven't checked yet. It's like one of the worst feelings in the game.
Yeah. I mean, from a from a basing perspective, like the fact that something gets selected path means that it's actually more likely that there are better items. There are more items in that area, but that involves Bayesian statistics, and those are some of the most counterintuitive statistics that you can think about.
Yeah.
I think if Jax is still around, they know what I'm talking about. Double Shadow, Double Spirit.
Yeah, this is kind of funny how our runners are pairing off here.
I'm Jimbo, I automatically hook shot and check boss key chest and drop down.
Yeah, with the keys you have, that's I think he has his Furores freed up too, so like you can pop up there and drop your Furores at the top and then...
Yeah.
Because he definitely realizes that he is, oh no, he's still looking for hovers. Forgot.
Jimbo.
So Flea just got his 20th skull. Have we seen anyone turn in 20? Because I know we've seen 10.
I don't think so. 20 for Hyper.
Yeah, Hyper also ending 20.
Jimbo's got his strength 3.
Yep, that will make IGC a significantly more enticing option once he's done here.
Long shot blocked. Spirit Temple today.
Yeah.
We did not catch that from both our runners because Sydney didn't. It was a small chest and Sydney never picked the other end.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
I don't think that tells us anything about logic, really, but...
No.
This is kind of an interesting note, I guess. But...
Yeah. Oh my god, is this really gonna be it? No. Jimbo, sorry, I thought it was a big chest and then I just realized Jimbo was killing the slugs for magic. And Jimbo pretends that Sunblock Room doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here he goes into IGC.
Yeah, now we know that hovers aren't here, but Iron would very likely Mirror Shield is.
Yeah, we're still, like, there's a few other places, like, we haven't seen anything about ice. It could be an ice.
Ice, Toposphere, Ice, Top of Fire.
Yeah.
I think you're just kind of hoping it's here, though.
Yeah. I think we still even have, like, a couple, like, fairy fountains that we haven't checked, like, over in DMC.
We haven't seen Colossus. Yeah, we haven't seen Colossus Fairy.
I think someone did Colossus Fairy.
No, sorry, not Crater Fairy. I'm thinking
yeah.
Sea Fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen Colossus Fairy. We've seen Colossus. We've seen Fountain, and both Trail Fairy and both Castle Fairies are dead.
Did anyone actually do the Fountain Fairy? Because we didn't have ZL when people were in Chicago.
Jimbo, I'm pretty sure Jimbo and Sydney did. Nothing in Nitro.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, Jimbo did have Zeal when he went there. I forgot the ordering that Jimbo did everything, but yeah, he had Zeal.
Yeah.
Because I remember Flea went, but he didn't have the Zeal at the time. But keeping track of the order that all of our runners have done something. A lot.
Big chest.
Oh.
Well, not a bowluck bow, but pretty funny.
Oh. I know that's not. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it probably is bow locked because of GTG logic, just with keys and whatnot.
Oh.
Which is like, stupid, but like.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a small key for
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, it was bowluck for forest temple, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, the stupid ZL lock in water just making everything locked. There's the other key. So you're gonna get the irons here. Oh, another big chest. Just a Goron tunic on Shadow 1.
Damn.
At this point in like every qual seed, you get super stressed every time you see a big chest because you're just like, oh, am I done? Am I done? And you're never done. This game just keeps you here. The fire arrow's coming in big for Shadow 2 here.
Yeah.
I could have looked like a genius when I called hovers on Shadow 2 an hour and a half ago. But no.
Yeah. Oh hey! Second slingshot on 20 skulls, how do you like that? Alright. 2 more checks here left in Ganon's castle. Ganon, Light Trial 2.
Yeah,
and then
the
Vanilla Boss key chest.
Alright.
Well, I kind of imagine that this will push Nimble into getting hovers pretty shortly, because after this, I think like it's like you're gonna go do. You're going to at least peak Nocturne, and then you're going to go probably do Composer's Grief.
Yeah. My thought is the only other play I could think of after this is Bolero to DMC Fairy and then off to Ice. Because that's probably your next densest location.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Bolero.
Oh, true. Well then Minuet.
So Minuet, but yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting we don't have Bolero.
But I think you just want to at least you have to at least play for the chance that it's vanilla hovers.
Oh. Validation chest.
A very bomb-lock bomb back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything this seed was bomb locked. Bombs locked. Literally the entire seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Hopefully he just like save quits out and then drops down, gets his hovers. So.
Or plays Nocturne out. Yeah, one or the other.
Mm.
What's left? Good question. Top of Fire Temple, Ice Cavern. We've now seen everything ZL locked in that isn't Mirror Shield locked in Spirit Temple, so it's not Spirit Temple.
Yeah.
IGC is cleared out. Crater Fairy.
Yeah.
I think it's literally Crater Fairy, IGC, Crater Fairy Ice, and Top of Fire.
Yeah, and then depending on what the song is in Ice, it's a 50-50 between like opening up a couple opponents' things and being a useless Lara song.
Yeah.
To get back to fire faster.
Yeah.
Nice quick grab.
Oh yeah, no, we're still missing Lens, so we could check treasure chest game.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we're down to about less than 20 checks in the game, and one of them is going to be. One of them has to be Lens.
The two densest locations are probably the Fountain Ice combo and then Climbing Fire.
I mean, it's not even. It's King Zora. Icy Waters is dead, so it's King Zora. It's
the Iceberg, and then
you're not even probably. You don't even want to collect the song in Ice if you can, because you know that the chest is dead.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's a 50-50 for Eponas, and you have HBA, and I don't know if we've seen Pose. Alright, here's Jimbo grabbing the hovers.
Hyper was trying for Pose.
I think we have seen Frogs 1. I think Cine climbed River when he went to Jabu and did it.
Yeah, Frogs 1 was done.
Alright, so Jimbo's gonna go into Shadow now.
Jimbo's like, okay, I'm not really playing for Song Go mode, I'm playing for Item Go mode.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, this is progression, it's super dense. This is,
yeah.
You just do this.
No, that wasn't really a weird deviation. Hyper did Frogs 1 because he needed to get the chickens to get into...
Yeah, alright. Hyper into IGC now. So yeah, Hyper's actually basically either caught up to or ahead of most of these restreamers, even after the little hiccup with K-Sword and River at the beginning, and the lack of information. He's done really well to kind of pull the information gap back with execution and stuff.
Not sure if he's gone back into Spirit Temple to go pull some of those ZL checks though. That might be a problem for him. But if he kind of sticks to, I'll push Ice.
Hyper dropping the Furores for his eventual climb up to Ganon. Which... that's fine. I'm curious if that means he doesn't plan on going right to Spirit right away. Just because, like, dropping it at the top of Spirit, if you don't get Mirror Shield there, is another pretty good place to push it. But overall, it might be better to be able to warp all the way up to Ganon at the end.
Yeah. I think Jimbo was kind of in a spot where, having already left it at top of the wall, it made sense for him not to reset it.
Yeah, let's... Cindy and Piper converging in IGC while Jimbo's basically just taking the time to get through Shadow. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if after Flea beats Water, if he runs right over to IGC too.
Yeah.
Seed's been a really interesting week. Everyone was together at the beginning because it was so bottlenecked behind that bomb bag, and then everyone diverted, and now everyone's just going to come back together at the same time.
Yeah.
Outside Ganon's castle was actually hinted as part of a dual hint, so it was... I remember it was something, but it was something we were never going to see.
There's literally no. Purple Bomber, no. We went over this already. Strain 3 is Strain 2 lock. There is nothing suggesting that Mirror Shield cannot be behind the strength.
The Spirit Path for the strengths is already fulfilled because only 2 strengths were ever available to beat Spirit, because the third one was in Spirit. It doesn't necessarily mean nothing is... The Mirror Shield might be behind ZL, but it's not because of that.
Yeah, it's not because... It won't be because of the path, or...
I still think it might just be Ice and Fountain, because it's like one of our densest areas left. But...
Yeah.
Upper Fire always scares me in Quals, because you know some psycho's gonna climb it 20 minutes in.
Yeah...
It's actually not, like, a horrible shout either, just because you do know that, like, it was available before hovers, because you did have the ability to climb it, and you actually were expected to by the game.
Yeah.
If you abide by, like, earlier sphere items are... Or, like, earlier sphere locations are more likely to have items, fire is actually, like, significantly scarier than ice is. If it's me, I get influenced by the fact that no one finished from like minute 2 of the seed. But I metagame more than anyone, I think, in the community, and it usually punishes me significantly.
If anyone has finished the Bob will announce it in channel. We're not looking at other restreams here.
Yeah.
And please don't bring in anybody else's progress other than who's currently here.
I can, just from speaking about other quals, which, like, none of the first 3 quals were AD, but people had finished by this point of time for other quals, so...
I mean, I think it, like, knowing if you got the hint that you knew it was AD, I think you're going to temper your expectations too. Like, you know, like 230. Like now, I think is like when you start thinking like, okay, people can be done, but
yeah. Especially in this sort of situation where like all 4 of our runners are a single item from go mode at this point, and it's like it's super easy that you missed one check that someone else has done by this point, and they have found the item.
Yeah, it's the what is it? The if you had an infinite number of monkeys working on a typewriter,
yeah,
eventually they would hammer out their works of Shakespeare. And in this case, it's more like if you had 58 runners racing a seed, somebody's going to hit a god route. But sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, knowing this community, it's basically 58 monkeys trying to run an Ocarina of Time randomizer seed. So.
Yeah, and Hyper's gone back through all the ZL checks now through Shadow as well in Spirit.
Yeah, this makes sense. It's definitely the probably like scariest location for him at this point. Like if it's just ZL locked in Spirit. This is the kind of meta play that like I would make though, and I'd be like, well, if it was just in Spirit, someone would have gotten it earlier than me. So it's clearly not in Spirit, but. I think in Quals you can't think that way, you just have to kind of play your game and just aim for the best finish you can, so...
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Alright, Cine, after clearing IGC, is playing Nocturne. This might be a cap cleanup of sorts. I don't remember if he's done, like, adult shooting. I think he probably has 20 to turn in.
Yeah.
I don't
Jimbo's
think...
almost...
Yeah.
And
we're
Hyper's
getting to
just...
the point where, like, all of our runners have done basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Flea is a little bit behind just because he hasn't had IGC access yet, so he's probably going to clear that at some point. Although he hasn't even been through Spirit, it looks like, to get the Strength 3 yet.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately we're having some internet issues with Flea's stream.
Alright, Hyper is heading for presumably Ice. Or potentially OGC Creative Fairy.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, Jimbo's almost done with Shadow Temple, and...
Yeah. Cindy and Hyper are, like... synced up, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're 2:35 into the season, and these two guys are, like, almost frame for frame with each other.
Yeah. Ice time.
Yeah. You do have... Oh... You know what's a really shitty thing right now is that City is out of magic to shoot Hazy as he goes by, whereas Hyper can shoot him.
Yeah.
Yep, and there is our first finish, so yeah.
Lacola, of course.
Yeah. Very good runner.
Yeah. So
I would say I'm shocked that he's in this class given the time difference, but...
It could just be really early morning for him.
Yeah.
He's a French runner, so...
So woke up and chose violence and was like, yeah, I'll just win a qual at 5 in the morning. It's cool.
Yeah. Now, the problem is right now, literally, it could be like any one little spot.
Yeah.
There's not a really good spot where it isn't. Because it just literally could be for the first 5 chicks that we're looking right here in Ice Cavern area, or I don't know where Jim was going. 20 skulls.
Oh, this is a really clever thing from Cindy. If you play Song of Storms to a
yeah, you get a super fairy that restores your magic.
Super fairy that gives you magic. Although he's on ice and the fairy won't refuses to touch him. This is a nightmare. Touch him. There you go. Thank you, fairy. Holy crap. That fairy was, like, dodging him. Insane.
Yeah.
Flea pulling his boss key from water. Gonna go beat Morpha.
Alright, Jimbo, I guess, is gonna see what the song here is and Discovered Serenade.
check this song? He just got the hovers and one. Oh, that's crazy.
I think he was hoping that he find Mirror Shield in Shadow, and that he didn't really need the song, and then it's like, at best it's a bonus.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I'm actually I'm more shocked he didn't get it just as soon as he finished Shadow, like just jumped down to get the song there, but...
I think he wasn't going for Skull. Again, he was going for items, not songs.
Yeah, no,
That's... Alright, ice time for Jimbo. Not ice time for Jimbo. I guess he's remembered that Sunblock Room exists in Spirit Temple.
God, yeah, this is... tell me he didn't just get the... and, of course, the Cola Season 8 dominance continues, yeah.
Alright, hold on, I have to do one thing. Control F. Fanta. Not racing in this wall. They won't get tripled.
I think, not a cola, but I believe Emo Soda is in this race. And there's a chance that GG Green Cola is also in this race.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cola-related cola-ers.
Yeah. Yeah, like the worst problem is if it's like one of these early checks on ice, you're done. If it's somewhere else, you're done.
Oh, big chest on ice. Pausies. Teeth being jerks. And there it is.
There it is, yeah.
This is going to come down to execution between Cinny and Hyper here on Restream.
Yeah.
Maybe
and Jimbo's not too far off either.
Yeah. Oh, Jimbo! I was worried about this. Jimbo got the glitch where if you, like, basically enter the room up top and get hit by a pot on the same frame, it, like, drains your magic bar for no reason. And because he got that glitch, he doesn't have magic to, like, actually light these torches.
Oh god, Jimbo.
Now he has to do bow shit. Oh, that's awful. And it's gonna be irons and he's gonna feel terrible. This sucks.
I got it.
Oh,
pretty quickly.
That was pretty good. That first one where you're doing the backflip is definitely the hardest shot of those three. Once you get that one, it's just like lining yourself up properly. Yeah, Jimbo's probably not happy that that was irons.
Yep. Alright, time for ice!
Yep. Yeah, this has been a definitely an interesting seed. The early game was unbelievably bottlenecked behind the bomb bag, and then it just opened up to everything.
Yeah. And here comes Marco.
Yeah, Marco 3rd place. Very good finish.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. Yep, and a Mr. Mario 4th. This is where it sucks when you're in go mode and you're just watching a ton of people finish before you.
Yeah.
My guess is just given like how this seed is structured, I think there's going to be a lot of like grouped up finishes based on Hyper having the same issue where he tried to pull a fairy to give him magic and just couldn't get it. Or Jimbo. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did the nameplate thing again. God damn. Yep, Angle finishing in 5th with a 2:42.11.
Yeah. I mean, this is the good thing about an ADC, that, like, you're going to get a bunch of just finishes of people, because people are really good at clearing, they've gotten really good at full clearing this game really, really quickly.
Yeah, and a lot of these the seed is like the time differences, where it's just like the minor random things of like, I went to this dungeon before I did these checks, or like...
If you did field before GTG, for example, and finish your strengths and long shot.
Exactly that, like having the strength 2 before you get a GTG means you one-shot it, even if you drop for wars, it's like tiny little time saves like that and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, here comes Alpha.
Oh. Jimbo deviated to do DMC Fairy, which we have not seen. And it looks like he's maybe...
He's still missing a path hint.
I was afraid he was going to go for DMT Fairy, which is foolish, but at like 3 hours you start to second guess your foolishes and hints and stuff.
Oh, that's the other copy of the field to Morph a hint.
Yeah, there it goes. Oh.
Drew, of course.
Another 3 finishers within 30 seconds of each other with...
Yeah. Zocola. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, Savi changed his name to Zocola, trying to channel some cola magic.
Yeah, no, I mean, the way that this siege was structured, like, there weren't a lot of ways you could lose items.
Yeah.
Like, the longest one, of course, is being the Smear Shield, because, like, you really just never had a real good reason to go to ice. The hover boots are kind of bad, but, like, you kind of went to the hovers after you did Shadow.
Yeah, this is all about just, like, the micro routing things, like, execution a little bit, and then, just, like, which order you decide to do things.
Yeah.
This is the kind of qual where, like, an efficient route is, like, night and day different from an inefficient one. And unfortunately, it looks like we're just kind of without Flea, with his stream struggling so much.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly where he is. Like, 12 minutes... Like, 10 minutes ago, he beat Water Temple. 15 minutes ago at this point.
But I have to imagine Flea was probably on the same type of path of, like, go through Spirit, get your Strength 3, maybe go into IGC, and then you're in a coin flip from there between Ice and Fire, so...
Yeah.
6 mids for Hyper, for Roarsing up, probably 3 minutes left with the fight, so probably a 2:48 here.
Yeah.
2:49 maybe, but... And Cinny following him on the climb. Cinny apparently dropped his furrows in like the Strength 3 room, which is interesting, so... Just as a shout out, Drunus in 9th, Alexis in 10th to finish off our top 10. This season is going to come down to the wire. The late quals are going to be insane with like how close the top 32 are going to be in points.
Yeah, especially considering that, you know, it hasn't totally been brought up a ton, but we are only doing top 32 this year instead of top 64, so...
Yeah, and then the community just as a whole has gotten so good too. It's like, crazy the small time differences between everyone. Saigo Getsugo with the 11th place finish. 2:46.55.
Jimbo's like, oh, wait, no, I got skull. I did skulls. J-Bone. Did Jimbo get the... Oh, nice. Jimbo got the swag backflip.
That was swag.
Yeah, the fact that basically everybody is going to be like sub-3ing this on Restream.
Yeah, actually... This actually
Because Jimbo just...
This was a world tour, wasn't it? Every side dungeon was technically required.
Yeah. Hard required.
Oh,
It's just... Well, I mean... You had the bomb cheese in Midas house.
But no,
Actually, no. The other two bows too.
Yeah, I guess Bow and Bomb Bag were both in well, right? Oh, my boy Netharian coming in 13th.
GG's Nath.
Fellow Valley Laker girl. Knowing Nath, he killed the guard as child.
Yeah.
Which, yes, is still on my mind, and I'm still mad at 34th of our runners. So
Yes.
get over to that shit.
Yeah.
Great Ganon fight from Hyper here, getting in his last hit. 27-second cutscene. There it is. Will we see him get sniped, or will he take 14? The suspense is killing me. And there it is. 249.15? I think official? 249.18.
2490. Yeah.
GG Hyper.
GG's Hyper. We'll try to get our runners in for an interview if they want it. Don't have to accept it, but we'll give him a second. Actually, he's in the waiting room.
Oh, well.
I'll drag him in just as soon as he's just about to finish up here.
Yeah.
GG's Hyper, just give us 1 second. Yasini's about to finish.
GG's Hyper.
GG.
Oh. What a fun seed.
And there's the final hit for Cine.
Yeah. So Hyper, we have a question for you.
Yep.
Why didn't you kill the guard?
Well, God.
With a child spawn on the other side of Valley, you can actually go over and kill the guard as child. And
Yeah, I
the
knew
bridge.
that.
Yeah.
I just, I didn't think it was necessary. Like, I knew I needed to go there to GTG as adult anyway, so, it's just easier to do it as adult.
Yeah.
And I had Requiem,
there's...
so I knew I had access to GTG.
Fine.
Gotcha. And Cine finishing in 15th, one position behind you with a 250.43. So... Yeah, it's just when we saw the child spawn, like I got really excited because that's actually my favorite child spawn. And then all 4 of you failed to go kill the guard, and I was getting upset.
I definitely thought about it, but once I got Requiem, I kind of left it. I was thinking for a while about even crossing Wasteland as child to get the song, but once I got Requiem, it was just easy to go as adult.
GG Cine. Congratulations.
Yo, GG Cine.
Yeah, and on Restream, you two basically were going to ice like a frame away from each other. It was an incredible finish down there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that everyone chose ice over fire. I thought I was making a big gamble. My reasoning was I didn't want to like climb out of Fire Temple if Fire was dead. So I just kind of committed. And when Ikola finished as I was going to ice, and I nearly bailed to fire because I just didn't think it was going to be ice with that finish.
What
With the final check hinted dead and icy waters hinted dead, it was like not very appealing to me. So I'm kind of surprised that everyone picked that.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody else come in from the earlier finishers in chat, so not entirely sure how they kind of routed some of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't really know what I can do to improve my route too much besides a death on Volve and a couple small things, but I guess it's just more optimized routing because it felt pretty good. I didn't feel like I was 15 minutes behind.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I think I was just maybe Ikola did field before going over to GTG, and so got everything 6 for 6 for actual majors in field is kind of insane.
That was crazy.
Yeah, field is path
to everything.
And welcome in, Sunny. I don't know if you can hear us now.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I got to the point where I needed the hammer to progress, it was the first check I did, and I found hammer. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch it back and see where I lost so much time. It was I wasn't expecting that many finishes coming in at once, so
it's
pretty depressing.
I guess finishes just end up getting clumped together a lot too. It's just a go everywhere, do everything seed. So it's just all the micro, did you do Southern Field before you went to GTG? How long did you miss the hammer for? Small things like that add up. But
yeah.
At one point, on Restream, Flea hadn't done Southern Field, so he was missing Strength 2 and Long Shot, but he had hammer, and you guys had all of the Southern Field stuff, but were missing hammer, sort of thing. So. What do you guys think in the early game? Because the early scene was super dry. Basically all of you guys got funneled into almost last locationing well for the bomb bag.
Yeah, that's kind of why I even did Open Grotto on its own instead of walking to Kakiri a little bit faster, from maybe Market or something. I thought I'll just get another check on the way. It's feeling really dry, and then I kind of knew I was going to bottom of the well, but I just wanted the Minuet song first. So I did a really quick age change. I think I played Minuet and then just played Prelude and rushed the well. And Suns was nice because it allowed me to get Dampe as well and some skulls. So
yeah, you were out of the 4 runners on Restream, you were actually the one runner who didn't actually take a run up river in Adult 1.
yeah, I was thinking about it, and then bottom of the well opened up my seed. So
hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry about that. Funny, we couldn't hear you now.
I don't know why my mic wouldn't work there for several minutes.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I don't deserve the congrats. I got really unlucky there with the mirror hunt.
I mean,
I think a lot of people did.
I think it's just a hard spot. Honestly,
there's nothing pointing towards it.
Yeah.
There's nothing pointing to it, and ice is just completely off the path for just about everybody that seed because
it's AD. You got more important things to do.
Yeah. No ZL, no.
And it was impossible to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get hovers until you got the ZL, so it was
and
mirror is going to be everyone's go mode, I think.
Hyper did mention it too, the 2 hints of bottom of fountain and the end check in ice take away 2 checks there. The song is at best its opponents.
Yeah, I did all of Gins and I did all of Spear and all of everything else first for going ice.
Yeah, me too.
And
that killed my score.
Yeah. We're getting a finish from Jimbo here as he's in the final cutscene. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the scores It's an AD like go everywhere seed, so the scores are going to be a little bit inflated from what you would think they are.
Yeah, the problem is
So-
it's a 80 that you could skip some stuff seed. Is the problem.
Yeah,
So like
we'll
Hyper,
push-
you got 947, and Cinny, you got 938. So like you're still both
Yeah,
like
I'll-
hovering around
I'll
950.
take that.
but-
That's
I
a
don't know
lot.
if I want to accept a 938. You're gonna need pretty high to get top 32.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the problem. The season's going to be so tight with just it being 32.
Yeah, I think you
the
need to be
community's
getting
so good.
you need to be getting high 900s to have a shot.
Yeah.
I don't think 938 is
Yeah.
gonna cut it.
Jimbo finishing
Maybe.
22nd overall.
It might squeeze in. I think 940 average might squeeze you in potentially. We'll see.
All right, so our final four for Restream, Jimbo finishing in 22nd place with a 257.25, and Flea actually coming in 23rd with 257.44.
Yeah.
We kind of lost Flea's stream, so we didn't really know exactly where he was, but a 23rd place makes a lot of sense with where he was when he was kind of
Yeah. Jimbo with the 19-second snipe.
yeah.
I found out it was AD pretty late too. But I was pretty suspicious of it being ZL AD, so I was already kind of playing towards it. I couldn't commit to Forest until I knew for sure.
Yeah, that was going to be actually another question, because you obviously didn't go River early, so you missed the hint.
Yeah.
Did you know your first time through Spirit that there was a key locked by ZL? Because as you were climbing, you only had...
I don't think there were, but...
There were no ZL lockies.
And
it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
What? There? Oh, I must have miscounted then, because I could have sworn there was only 4 when you went through the first time.
Yeah, the fourth key was on the right hand, and then the fifth one was 4 key locked.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Ignore my question.
Being also joined by Flea and Jimbo, our last finishers of the restream. GG's.
No,
Hey,
GG's.
Jimbo.
GG's.
Jimbo, you won the restream. The heart of the restream.
And my heart.
Oh my god, dude.
You were the only...
Huh?
You were the only person who killed the Gardas child on restream.
Are you serious?
So I thank you for that.
With GTG Path? That's crazy, man.
I had
Requiem. I could have just reversed if I wanted to go there.
I guess at that point I didn't have Requiem. I don't think I did.
Wait, how'd you not have it? It was one of the first songs I had.
Because he just saved and quit and killed the card.
Yeah, I did it in my child one. But I did it before I went to Lost Woods. I'm pretty sure, or SFM.
Yeah.
Because I had the GTG path early, and I wanted to set that up because I had no idea when we were gonna find Longshot or Requiem or Horse, which I assume is an ice.
No idea.
We don't actually know.
No idea.
Everyone bailed out of ice because Mirror was go.
Yeah, Mirror has to be everyone's go. I think. I can't see how it isn't.
I don't know how Mirror can be go with the 235. I don't know, man. Like I didn't see a good reason to go ice at all.
Yeah,
this entire season.
I don't know how so many people picked ice over Fire Temple. That was crazy to me.
I didn't do Deep Fire.
Yeah, I didn't go past the boss key. I mean, I did Spirit and Gan's Castle before ice though.
Yeah, I actually ended up.
I did the other check on the other side of the boss key. I was like, I need to know if Fire is potentially hovers locked or not. But yeah, it was just a key.
Yeah, we were talking about the logic of like Fire locking hovers, because it's the element that you could get all the way up without hovers, obviously. Like
yeah, that makes sense.
So like we were talking too about like how scary like a hovers or Mirror and Deep Fire could be for the seed, which obviously like ended up not happening, but
yeah, with Ecola's finish, I left the... Well, okay, so I made a mistake in Spirit, and I like peeked the keys on the way to the mirror chest, you know, or the iron knuckle, what's that, left hand? I didn't actually open the chest the first time around, so I didn't know if it was a key or not. And when I saw Ecola's finish, like I couldn't, it was either that was a key or it was junk, and I couldn't tell if there was going to be an item in Child Climb. So with Ecola's finish, I thought I just left Mirror in the BMOS room.
Yeah.
So I got baited into going back there to find the iron boots, which obviously you logically needed for water. But
Yeah, I think it was kind of interesting early on because one of the things that Hyper did was when Hyper pulled the bomb bag out of the well, he went and actually went to the night bomb chew shop and market and grabbed some bomb chews, not knowing that there were just bomb chews in Mido's house.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, there wasn't.
No,
there wasn't.
there
in
weren't. I
Mido's
cleared.
house.
I thought there was. Okay.
Yeah, someone said
No, there wasn't.
Choose
I
chew pack?
found
Okay.
bomb bag before choose. I
Shoes
I
that I
would've known.
had were in crater wall.
Yeah, those are the
Okay.
ones I got. I think I
Okay.
got another pack somewhere as well. But
really?
I had a bomb bag before the choose.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm actually not surprised you did that, Hyper. That actually crossed my mind. Because you could potentially, if you do that, you can get Child Spirit out of the way, like super early,
Yeah.
and make that really
it made
efficient.
sense because like I can knock out bomb chew bowling at the same time as grabbing
Yeah.
the bomb chews, so it
Yeah,
made
that-
sense to me.
That
Yeah.
purchase of bomb cheese was really cool. I like that a lot. I do that sometimes too, but like it's such a weird situation where you like have bomb bags and want the cheese.
Yeah,
so.
it made DC better as well. I could BFA through DC, so
Yeah.
small time save.
I didn't have the BFAs until pretty late.
Yeah.
Wait, where were? Oh, they were in Spirit. Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had them late as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I only did the bomb 2 chests and shout and didn't bother climbing.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you
I
have
will,
strength,
like-
there's really no point if you
Yeah,
go later on.
I'll pretty much always climb Child Spirit if I don't have a way of doing it as adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had strength 2 at the time. No, I did have strength 2.
Yeah, you had strength 2. You also had tens and I think fire arrows. So
Yeah,
it was,
basically everything adult needs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Any
Except
back
the
of
mirror.
Lakers?
There were Lakers.
Yeah, I did.
I checked
did.
that. Yeah.
I did as
um,
well.
Because I needed daytime for ranch, so I used the child spawn and did like it was night in lake, so I just back of laked to child fishing, and then took the owl. I think I don't remember what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, nice Dodongo's Cavern Path. The other copy of that, Jimbo, by the way, was Hyrule Castle 2, so yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Bad
fuck
spot
that.
for that. Bad spot for that. Do you want to know the other? I can't believe you didn't get the other copy of Field of Morpha, but like Field didn't. Whatever. Field was Field today. Field of Morpha was the Nocturne Bad Hint, by the way.
Oh shit! Did I not read that?
No.
Oh, well, whoops.
I mean, it probably doesn't help because there's 7,000 things in field, so it's hard to like tell which one's which. But
No,
like,
that would have helped a lot actually because I didn't like. I probably went back to Southfield like later in my mid game. I want to say. So I didn't really get the strength. I didn't get the strength 2 or the long shot for quite a bit.
Yeah, it worked really well for me because I saw that big chest on top of Fortress, and like I'm like, okay, perfect time to set up Scarecrow and do these Southfield checks at the same time.
Yeah, that would have actually let me avoid double dipping into GTG or whatever the fuck I did. Double, triple. I don't even know. I set
Oh, wow.
FW in
Well,
there
no.
so many times I lost count.
you actually, you set for roars and then you save quit like within GTG to get back to the lobby there, and then you walked out.
Then you
You
cast
went to
FW
water.
again. Then you cast FW again. Save, quit, walked out, walked into water.
It was a
Yeah,
roller
'cause
coaster. to watch
it was
GTG
bad,
for me.
man. Because I forgot about the chest on top of Fortress, which I didn't have Scarecrows
Yeah.
for at the time, or obviously I didn't have a long shot either, or I would have
Yeah,
gotten that. So yeah, I guess I bled a lot of time there too doing that
It was
shit.
a fun little roller coaster to watch. It was
Only out of all LO3 of you, only Cindy managed a single dip GTG
Yeah.
today, so don't worry about it too much. But
I
Yeah,
just
this
said
was,
screw it, HBA. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I had FW in there, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm probably not even gonna get opponers, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't
make
leave it
use
in
of my
there.
FW
I
throughout
wanted
the seed.
I wanted to use it throughout the seed.
Yeah, I think it made
Yeah.
sense.
I was afraid of Child Goron City for a while too. There,
Yeah,
with
same.
Hot Rodder, just I mean, it's just one check that you can do. At that because I imagine everybody does Deku pretty early, so
Not
you
me.
don't want to.
Unless you're
No?
not a
Well,
river
yeah.
rusher.
Where was the first scale?
King Dodongo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king had it.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get
KD and-
K-Sword until I was heading upriver to do Jabu.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because you just have better shit to do if you're scaleless. And you have bombs and like all that crap. So yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
understandable.
Hyper was rounding around the wild, not knowing it. OoT was ZL, so it just was like doing stuff elsewhere, and then
Oh, I had that hitting pretty
Kinda
early
be-
too. Shit.
yeah, that was River.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah,
river.
it was in River. Everything in River didn't.
I had
So
both
is it-
copies. Where was the other copy?
That was the Hammer Grotto.
Hammer
Boulder,
Grotto.
Boulder Destiny, with the
Yeah,
hammer.
the grotto that had
Where
the
the
hammer.
hammer was. Okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Which, like, because Hyper did like Southfield, or like with doing all that route, just kind of left, the market grotto check by itself for a while, and then kind of got forced into doing it after a bit.
Yeah, I mean, when I start with Prelude, I want to check my save. Warp for child straight away.
I did the same thing, hated it, and Prelude back immediately.
Yeah, I just committed to it. I thought I'd get the Valley and get Scarecrow set up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You
Yeah, I
coulda
did
killed the
eventually,
guard,
like
but
on the way to
fine.
Deku.
I'll get over it.
What?
Yeah, I
You
think it
could've
makes
killed the
sense to
guard.
do it. And that's how I got the magic early in Open Grotto.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I had that on my way. That's when I ended up going to Lostwood or SFM finally to get Requiem. I mean, it worked out somewhat, but well, I thought it was going to, but it ended up, I guess, not being too great. I don't know, man.
I mean, when you do Open Grotto with no explosives and you see a big chest, you're like, bomb bag, surely. But It's
Yeah.
just magic.
Then and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go do explosiveless well, and at least I got a hint telling me that the dead hand stuff in the well's dead, so I can just pick the other
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had a
that
feeling
dead end
bomb
was-
bag was gonna be there at that
Yeah,
point.
the feed was so dry that had to have something.
Yeah, it was really.
That was like a no-brainer dip for me.
Yeah. No, it's,
we were because Byron and I were like arguing. It's like, or at least discussing it earlier on. It's like, yeah, we don't really have anything else other than like the well and Dompe digging, and
Yeah.
it's like we can get into GTG, sure, because we can kill the guard with the K sword, but a K sword technically requires a skill or a palm bag
yeah.
Mhm.
or hovers to get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this was one of those seeds that like it funnels everyone to bottom of the well early, and then like once you get bombs, you can go anywhere and do like anything with
Yeah, pretty much.
what items were everywhere. But
yeah,
it was a go everywhere seed anyway, so it didn't even help. But yeah, I don't know if anyone in chat or if any of you guys have any more comments or questions or anything. But it was a really fun race. You guys like obviously all got funneled to the bottom of the well pretty early, but like we had a triple forest, but then you guys kept deviating, so it was a fun one to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, triple forest. I mean, that was bound to happen with
Yeah,
the opener,
probably.
the way the opener was.
I'm guessing it was me that wasn't in Forest at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah. You were busy like looking around GTG and
Yeah.
discovering wells in field, and then for a while it was just like Sydney had the hovers for a bit longer than everybody else did, but like the hovers weren't in a particularly bad spot to get to. Once everybody's like, well, I'll just go look for vanilla hovers and then I'll just go do Composer's Grave, I guess.
Yeah, I did composers looking for like opponent. I think I was looking for opponents before GTG.
Yeah.
So I could
Opponent
get
or
HV.
Serenade
Yeah,
is what
but
I wanted
Serenade's
because
nice.
I wanted to get to. I wanted to beat Water to be able to check Ganon's Castle.
Oh, dude, I abused FW so much in this seed. I had it in water too.
Yeah, I used that just to speed up dungeons.
Yeah. I mean, I did that after leaving GTG because it just felt like I didn't know where Serenade was, and it just felt like that was the best
screwed up
time to
again and
set
ran out
it.
of magic, so had to leave it in the light trail room.
Oh boy, fuck Ganon's this seed, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like so many.
I can't
so
believe
much big
Ganon's
chests,
was
and they're all
dead.
crap.
When you see Light Trial with no big chance, it's like, okay, Ganon sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I always second guess myself going into Ganon's too because I feel like I am pegging like a fucking hint or something, and like I am supposed to be able. Yeah, like I'm supposed to be able to deduce somehow that Ganon's is dead, and here I am full clearing Ganon's.
Can't really do that in S8.
Yeah. Fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, no, there was...
Yeah, especially when all 5 of the paths are different.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, your Mirror Shield path, there was no Mirror Shield path, it was just
it
one
was strength.
We were talking
Thanks,
a little bit earlier how like water could potentially eat a lot of paths in this, and then like it ended up not doing that at all, and then
had to play like none.
were useless. So
dude, what's up with Water Temple foolish? I swear, like every fucking seed I play, this dungeon is foolish.
Yeah.
When it's not, it's got like 3 major items.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think every
what the hell's going on
had
here?
a major item in it.
I don't know.
I think it's just the dungeon that has like the most just natural checks that is unlikely to ever have anything. But like,
I wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of like natural checks. I think it's just that it's. I would probably say it's probably that the way that it's configured. There's a lot of items that can get lock things.
Yeah, I think from what I've been told, like it counts like key checks too. So like because there's 7 like key like item checks, like it counts as like 11 for like weighted purposes, even though there's only 4 like actual items in it.
That's her.
So it's why like water and water and fire so like frequently hinted Baron, because they just have like a lot of key checks that count towards the weight, which is stupid, but it is what it is. So
one more thing from me. Can we delete Dampe, please? Holy fuck,
the race
man.
or the digging, man?
Yeah, the race.
Okay.
Oh, what
Dude,
happened?
I don't know what happened to my camera, but like I went through the final door and somehow my camera turned around, and then I like Link stopped moving because all of a sudden the game thinks I'm trying to go the other way, so he stops, and then I just get crushed by the fucking door. Like, what is that shit?
I hate that.
I didn't even notice that.
It's
like,
I'm so like nervous about going through that door now. The camera just does weird shit.
Yeah, it's like whenever you're going through one of those like it's like a loading zone, but like it's not like you're opening a door or anything. It's just like a trigger. When you go through one of those triggers, I don't know what it is, but sometimes your camera just like flips 180 degrees. And that's what happened to me, and that's why I avoided, but I was so fucking pissed, man. But yeah, I just wanted to rant about that a little bit.
Comments or anything? I think at least on my end, that's it.
Sorry, this race was insane. Like in terms of like, it wasn't a big race, but holy shit, there were some like monsters in this race.
Yeah,
it was stacked.
That's just tourney quals nowadays, man. Everyone's so fucking good.
No, yeah. I feel like an idiot. I tried to game this race because I figured there weren't going to be many runners like actually playing because it was so fucking late, and then we still get 58 people. I'm like, okay, well, this
call it just I call it just
freaks playing at 3.
Yeah, dude, there's like how many German runners are in here, man? It's like, what are you guys doing? it's fucking 6 a.m., guys. Like, what? Yeah.
Dude, quals just turn everyone into a degen. Like I've just learned like you can't metagame quals. Like every qual is gonna have 50 plus people. And people are never gonna learn my lesson. God knows what time in the morning. So.
Out of curiosity, Hyper, what time's it for you right now?
What time is it? It's 4 in the afternoon on Saturday.
Oh my God! See this
Yeah,
guy,
Cyber's
man.
the only
He's
one
This is
fucking
the
wide
best
with the
awake.
normal
time for
time.
me.
Hyper's in peak day, man. He can do another one. Actually, Hyper's probably going to ask for another race in an hour and a half. So anyone who wants to
Probably.
play again, you can challenge Hyper in 2 hours.
I'm all set there. That's all you guys.
All
What's
right.
that head-to-head record now, Jimbo?
Yeah, 0-6.
Jimbo, you killed the guard as a child. You won the restream in our hearts, though. So.
It's not enough, man.
All
Yeah, I
right,
know. You also stood in front of the carpenter as he ran out, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna. I think throw our thanks in the
Sure.
chats and everything for. Thank you guys for putting on a great race. Hyper, Senny, Flea, Jimbo. Everyone go follow them. Thank you to the trackers, Signified, Tomotech, Baseball, and Virgil Dante.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have another qualifier coming up later. It is now past midnight on the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, I want to say it's
So-
6 p.m. Eastern today.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Might be 5.
Let me
Oh no, it
look
is
at
6.
this.
I'm
Right,
pulling
it's
it up.
6.
Never challenge me.
Now,
No, I'm always wrong. So yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC for the Europeans that are still with us. Hyper, I don't know what time that is. Add like 14 hours or whatever. So
Yeah, that's 10 a.m. for me. I'm doing that one too.
This guy's attorney org. He's got it all mapped out. It's okay.
Bro, I have to do 2 6 a.m. calls. Get fucked.
That is
Yeah.
guaranteed to have a restream, by the way. We have a restreamer set and ready to go for the qual tomorrow. So
Nice.
cool. So
Yeah.
thank you guys again. I'm Pyra, Top File. Great calming with you. Great
Yeah.
race, everyone.
Yeah. I think we'll give it over to our restreamer, Tomatak, who took over in the middle of this. And I think he's going to go right over to the Marine Mammal Rescue because I think he likes to watch otters.
Yo, let's go.
So-
Who doesn't?
yeah,
like a
Tom
lot of
probably
people.
wants to go to bed.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thank
Right,
you.
thanks for having us on, guys.
Yeah,
It was fun. GG's, everyone.
Thanks for watching us suffer.
GG's.
Yeah,
Looking
you guys are
forward
great.
to getting clapped in the next race.